And we're live in the morning with your smooth sounds of what the hell?
Dude, I'm so glad I do not have the ear.
You know, those are mics.
Okay.
Right, which means they're turned up louder.
Well, then you can turn it down. You got it?
I just had to turn his up loud because, you know, he keeps leaning in yelling all the time. I'm like, I'm going to turn him up so that he will shut the hell up and quit yelling. Ready to go live, Denise?
No.
And we're live.
You asked if I was ready. And
I don't care what you want.
Man, he has us all jungled up.
Actually, stop.
No, I did what you said.
No, stop. Listen to me. He actually has it correct. But it depends on how you are going to see it, because you too keep trying to talk into it the wrong way. You're supposed to speak straight into it. And y'all keep changing it so that you're speaking over it.
I'm not speaking over it.
It's actually supposed to be completely level.
Yours isn't.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's supposed to be completely level.
Okay.
And then instead of tilting it to reach your mouth, you have to take this over here and lift
high.
Who the hell are you looking at? There's nobody here.
The door's open.
I know, because you're on this side of the table. You didn't walk over there yet.
It's not my job to.
Because you're on this side of the table. Everybody punched Denise in the uterus. I can't.
I don't have one.
We'll just punch you there anyways.
I'll close the door.
Can I ask you a question, even though you're not on microphone? Because Mike's not here, do you feel it necessary to play his role of like the just for fun dumbass? Yeah, the annoying me might be the word. I've been given strict instructions to go back to my number one rule, which is at 9 a.m. There's certain things we just can't talk about after 9 a.m. and we got to respect that, because customers are in some of these businesses that are playing us.
Right.
And after his little Miss Piggy joke yesterday, I'm not gonna say I got reamed, but different
reprimanded.
Well, just different sponsors that play us are like, dude, I can't play you after 9.
Too raunchy.
If y'all are going to continue to do these things, you know, and we want them playing us. It's not that we don't want them playing us.
Right. But at the same time, I thought that's why you liked having the radio show, because you can do whatever.
Yeah, but we've already had a rule about 9 o'clock.
I know. That's why I always yell and say it's 9 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, actually. I thought it was the rule. It was 8 o'clock.
Well, we 7:30 to 8 can be crazy-er. And then at the 8 o'clock, we try to decrease it a little bit. And then at 8:30, we try to knock it off a notch or two, so that by 9, we know not to do it.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the night shows. The night shows, you know, only has a few rules. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So anyhow. So what's up? You were just giving us like your time hop or something.
Yeah, I was looking at time hop, and it was 6 years ago today that my husband and I got engaged. It's so cool.
I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't know what answer you were looking for.
That's I was
trying to be slow with my answer, because I was kind of waiting for you to look up and like give me the eye or something, so I know.
Or give you your drunk.
Or the finger. I was waiting for you to give me something to let me know. Am I supposed to go, yay? That's a terrific thing. That's a good thing. I'm sorry. I mean, like, you know.
You can apologize now for saying you're sorry to that. Okay.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, it's like, you know, if you've got that bad dog that chews up everything, and then you go, oh, my dog died. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Look, Selena is the one that ruined it for all of you people for the rest of my entire life, because my cousin Selena, I'm not trying to bust on her, but I'm going to anyways.
Uh-oh.
So Selena, in her younger days, was doing a bunch of modeling and, you know, cosmopolitan looking type stuff. And the next thing I know, y'all can switch seats.
No, or he can sit over there.
No, because that's set up for a female.
Well, go sit over there.
Hurry up and get over there, duh.
Man, I have all my...
So I'm going to go back to what I was saying. So my cousin Selena had been, you know, younger. And then as she matured and the hormones, and she started gaining a little bit of weight. And I'm not trying to knock her, but she ruined it for all you people, because she started dieting. Dieting. So there had been a moment in time when she started getting on this diet. So then there was this other 8 months to 10 month span where I didn't see her. And I bump into her and I go, Selena, you're looking great. And she basically turns around and wants to slap me and goes, I don't appreciate that jab about me gaining weight. And I was like, well, excuse me, because you've lost weight since I saw you last. I've gained 7 pounds and less. I didn't know. So I just don't tell people anymore. When my wife says, do I look good in this dress? Yes, you look terrific. Because I'm not dumb enough to say anything. Well, excuse me, I am dumb. You're going to have to fix your microphone, by the way, because wrong knob. Reach for that knob. That knob right there allows the microphone to spin. Thank you. I'm going to put friggin' numbers on it and a piece of paper. It tells you which way to do. How the hell do you people drive here in the mornings? Do you turn your blinker on left instead of turning the steering wheel left? Can I finish?
No.
Do you turn your blinker on left and sit there with your hands in the air waiting for the car to turn?
Yes.
Speaking
I almost got rear-ended by a bus, 1208.
Man,
because they were flying up behind me.
Did you see the video this morning? Man, when I pulled out of here yesterday, I was on the way to go video that stuff with Oz, and I boogied out of here. And as I pulled out, I saw the bus leave the high school as I was backing out. That means you were about 200 to 300 yards from me. And before I could even get past the cul-de-sac where Kathy Bragg's parents live, the bus was on my butt and then trying to bully me. It's like, what if I was that asshole that just tapped the brakes? What if I was that jackass that just slams on the brakes and throws all them kids forwards? Is it my fault for being an asshole, or is it the bus drivers for being an asshole?
I should have done it this morning.
You should have just stopped your car, got out, snapped a picture of the number and the driver. And I will give you the bus driver's email address, or the guy in charge of the bus's email address. Anybody has a problem in this county with a bus, I'll give you the man in charge email address, and you can just send him all your complaints and what the bus number is. If you send him the bus number, what time it was, and where y'all were, he will pull the video on the bus. This guy is a awesome, amazing guy. Now, all the jackasses that work under him are different, but the man in charge, reminds me of Charles Stanley. He is a super nice, super great guy. And if everybody knows if you know who Charles Stanley is, I told my wife, I said, if you were to meet this guy, Philip, you would swear you met him in church. Super, super great guy. And he says, it is my responsibility to make sure that our children are safe.
Do they have seatbelts on school buses?
No.
Which is why I said if I wanted to be the jerk to slam on the brakes, I would throw all the kids forward. Because, if the bus driver is such a dumbass that he's not paying attention to the law and he's speeding and driving reckless and being a bully to me, then do you think he's making the kids sit down and behave? Most likely not.
Well, that too. And just think about when he's driving down the road that's not quite as visible as this one.
Well, and it's like the
slinging them around
kid or the bus driver that was my kid's bus driver. And the reason I took him off was because there was kids bullying them. And then when my daughter told him, he told her to sit down and shut up.
Wow. Okay. You know what? We brought up bullying, and I do apologize for being late.
Well, truthfully, I didn't know if for sure you were coming in. Stephanie's car got broke into last night.
Oh, wow.
That's why I was sending you messages saying hello, because
I've been on the road for a while.
I just couldn't figure out if for sure who was going to be able to be here, because I knew good and well if she got here, she ain't going to be in a funny frame of mind because she's dealing with that.
I apologize. I had to.
No, you have no.
Very
apologies.
Late last night. There's people.
Look, we already know pimping ain't easy.
Oh God, I wish that's what it was.
I'm sending you something, Denise, because I want you to read this on air.
Do you know how to read?
Well, I'm dyslexic. Let me just tell you something about what Karen said to me yesterday. I'm gonna pick on Karen for a second, but it's funny.
Love you, Karen.
It's funny. It's totally funny. I said something about the debate, and I was like, look, I decided that in the debate, I'm already going to have enough trying to MC it and keep up the equipment and microphone levels and everything else. I said, I will not be able to stress myself out to try to read questions. And I said, I'm going to have enough to do. So I said, I'm going to have Alex doing some. I'm going to have Mike doing some. I may have Doug doing some. And I said, quite frankly, and as I was saying that, she said, good, because when I sent you that text message the other day, you trying to read it on air, and I went, hello, I'm dyslexic. And I know that. I said, but my problem is I have to have, because of the way, if people don't understand how dyslexia works, I have to have my words on my phone blown up a little bit so I can see spaces between the letters better than y'all can. Because if not, they look garbled up. That
Mike
would be the
just
good
does
word.
that because he's old.
So anywho's, and I told her, I said, and by the way of me enlarging it, if you were to type a sentence in a text message, it doesn't look like a sentence on my text message. So that's why if people read some of my stuff and go, you type like one lines, it's like, hello, do you not see why? So I'm real particular on how I type stuff so that I know I'm reading it, you're reading it, we're on the same page. So anyways, I just thought that was cute because, she was a school teacher. So I just thought it was funny that she's like, yes, because you messed up my entire question. Well, that's, and just think that's why we're running wide open doing this show. The morning show's 10 times faster than a night show.
Absolutely.
And when you're sending in questions and I'm trying to run microphones to keep everything going, sometimes it's easier to send Mike or Denise the actual questions because it's so fast paced. But when we get to this debate, it's going to be 10 times faster on my end. Y'all might not visually see it fast, but for me, it's because if Mike has a microphone or Denise has a microphone and they're talking into it, I've got it set for their voice or their level, their volume of how they speak. Then you hand it to Mrs. Johnson. Then I got to turn it up. And then now it's like on number 10 so that Mrs. Johnson sounds like this. And then you hand it back to Denise and it's going to sound like Denise is screaming. So I'm going to constantly I think I'm going to have to stay with the soundboard and or unplug this and take the digital board. So no matter where I'm at, I can control the board.
Or Mrs. Johnson will start like this and then she'll get all worked up and be yelling.
That's right. So I'm going to have to remember that. And I have to also remind y'all as holding the microphone, if somebody's whispering, it has to be closer to their mouth. If they're louder, you pull it away from their mouth. And then when they get pissed off, you really pull it away from their mouth. And if they really start cussing, you just take it away from their face. There you go.
Okay. So you want me to read this?
Do you know how to read?
So
today,
this morning, I was just tossing this out. I did a recap. This morning, I was kind of typing some stuff up because in my mind, I'm recapping. I was like, let's see. So I'm with Karen at Gravity discussing the debate. And then as I'm driving past Harley, there's a dude, which I found out actually was a female, that was trying to commit suicide, jump off the bridge.
I saw that.
So I spun around, coming over the bridge. I get that video. But I'm actually on my way to meet Oz to video the landfill crap in that neighborhood. So as I come home and get my camera stuff and I'm backing out of the driveway, I have a bus run up on my ass. So then I pull out my video and I start videoing the buses acting stupid. During the school time of 25 mile an hour, there's 5 buses. I think I got 4 on video that are just flying. So I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? I have become the media. Just Fun Radio definitely went from just being a goofball radio station to we do take care of certain things. But this morning I made a post based on the fact that when I was at Bike Fest, my friends, a couple of my friends, kind of got smart mouth about me in the video. But I'm like, no offense to these cats, but like one of you is a trucker. I have no idea what the other one is. Another one's a trucker. I'm like, that's what y'all do. But this is what I do.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you don't have to be on my page. I don't demand you to be on my page. But you can't knock me for doing what I do. This is my job. This is what I do. You can't knock me for taking care and doing the videos. You can't knock me for doing what I have to do because this is what I have to do. So you can't knock me. So with all that being said, this morning I made a post about it.
Right.
So yeah, hold on. Just go to that one right there. Stuff. So read that because that right there was from somebody that was reading and keeping up with everything I did this morning.
Hey, Scottie, I don't mean to bother you, but I wanted to tell you that I really admire what you're doing for Rockdale. I always noticed how bad Conyers was getting, but me being so young and so powerless to the situation, I never knew what I could do about it. Anyway, the whole point of me telling you that was to tell you that if there's anything I can do to help the movement in any way, I'd like to help. I was born and raised in Conyers, never lived anywhere else up until about a year ago. I want to help make it better, so please let me know if there's something I can do. That's what we need, is the people, the citizens, stepping up and asking what they can do to make it better.
And that's the point I made in my, go back and read what I wrote this morning, because that's what I was trying to say, is if everybody would just quit turning their head, quit with the little blind eyes. How about the person that said to me like a couple of months ago, when I made the comment about living in a ghetto, and they're like, well, I don't live in a ghetto. I'm like, then you apparently have not been driving around Conyers. You know, you apparently, people can use the word ghetto in whatever definition they want. But if you're not driving around seeing Sunrise Trailer Park, then you can't speak about Sunrise. If you've not gone in this country walk in Fieldstone area where we've been, then you really can't say it doesn't exist. You know, you can't speak and say, well, that's not what Rockdale is. Bull crap, because if you go look at Rockdale, I can take you and show you some of these areas. The problem is you got all these people that are trying to paint this pretty image that we are this and we are that, and that's all bull crap. Every town's got problems, but the problem is that's when nobody's doing anything to fix it.
I like the way Matt Baker, who's a business owner in town, was chiming in on the garbage and stuff like that people dump, you know, on the sides of the road. And people,
man, this house here, you could see truck marks where they just been backing down.
God, isn't that crazy? And nobody's really reporting it or saying anything about it, or
of course. That's the problem. Remember when we were making the comment about code enforcement? Yeah. They've been notified and notified and notifies. Oz said yesterday that he has found out through an anonymous source, but he's found out 100% that, and I'm only repeating what was told to me.
Right.
He said, I was told by one of my sources that the chairman had been granted or whatever the money to fix it, but told the people to not go clean it up because Oz has been here taking pictures. And if you clean it up right now, everybody's going to think Oz did it.
Oz is getting what stuff done.
So he's saying just don't do nothing and leave it, because I don't want Oz to take I don't want Oz to take the recognition for it. But here's the problem. If you watch the video, you see where these kids have been running up and down the dirt mounds, and there's nails everywhere. There's boards that it got busted up ends that look like spikes that you could fall on and get hurt. There's glass everywhere. There's just metal everywhere. Broke porcelain everywhere. You know, porcelain will just slice you open like a friggin' fillet knife. That's the thing that gets me. It's instead of being the chairman and saying, let's protect the people of Rockdale, it's don't do this because I don't want Oz to get the recognition. Now that's effing high school, elementary school. That's bullshit. And you make $100,000 a year being our chairman? Are you ridiculous? I think your pay needs to be cut. I think the garbage man's doing better than this cat. Now, what was you fixing to say?
Is that the post you were
the
telling
nice
me
long one?
Read?
Yeah, read that.
Okay. How do you just sit back and watch your town turn to a pile of crap? How do you just see wrong things and turn a blind eye? The cars drive crazy. It's not safe for kids to play in the front yard. The school buses drive crazy. It's not safe for the kids on the buses or walking, not counting us other drivers. The schools are not safe inside their own doors. The neighborhoods look like little Detroit, trash everywhere. Where the frack do I live? I'm so confused how we went from a great place to this. I've heard one person say, oh, it's not that bad, Scotty. Where are you looking from? Because I can take you to see the real Rockdale any day you want. Hello, everyone. All it takes is some effort, and stop turning your head to the BS that is happening. Even some of my friends pick on me about my videos. Hello, I have a radio station. Hello, I'm making an effort to try to fix our town or your town. It blows my mind how I get ridiculed for trying to make a difference, and no one else is even trying to help save the world. To see it different means you have to change where you're sitting. I mean, let's recap my Thursday. Number 1, a jumper on a bridge. Number 2, buses bullying drivers in a school zone. Number 3, a property in a neighborhood that was a landfill and dangerous for children. Oh, that's right. I do this type of stuff every day in my job, and you don't. So stop talking trash. Have a great Friday.
Now, isn't that insane that these are supposed to be my friends? My friends who want to send their kids to these very same schools. When I get a report from a police officer that says at any given moment, what's my word I'm supposed to be using? Allegedly.
Yeah, that's it.
Allegedly,
the legal word.
Allegedly, at any given moment, there's over 200 handguns in Salem High School.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At any given moment. And allegedly, the superintendents of the school won't let the police just come do the random search like they want to try to allegedly obtain these firearms.
Now, you know what confuses me about that kind of stuff is I realize, you're like invading their privacy or something, whatever. But if you're breaking a rule or a law, but remember,
where's the metal detectors?
Yeah, when we were kids, we didn't have metal detectors. We didn't have all that other stuff.
When I get told don't drive past that high school if you can help it because you never know when a gun's going to go off.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Didn't they go through our lockers when we were kids? I remember
they had
locker
police
check.
dogs.
Yeah.
That would come by.
They didn't even have police dogs. They just
remember I was talking about Periscope a couple weeks ago, and Periscope, when we first started using it, nobody really knew who it was. Sorry, everybody.
We started
using a little skid mark.
We quit using it because really nobody knew who it was. Well, now the kids have realized
what it is.
And they're doing live porn. They're doing live fighting. So it was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I turned on my Periscope, and I'm like, I'm going to see how many people's using it in Georgia now. Because used to there would be like 5. I turn it on. I'm like, holy cow, there's 3 on my road. One at the middle school, one at the high school. But then it showed one kind of in front of my house. And I'm like, I'm not streaming, so it shouldn't count me. So, but I see it moving. So I click on it, and it has nothing to do with color, but it's a black girl holding the camera, which is actually the phone. And on the video, she's filming 2 other black girls attacking another black girl. As it's driving from the high school down my road, she's videoing them beating the hell out of each other. In Periscope, it only lasts 24 hours, and then the video disappears. So if you don't see it right then and there in that 24-hour span, then the video's gone forever. But how insane is that? And all this is just happening right here, and nobody's doing anything.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know if y'all said anything about why I was late.
No, but let's stay on this, and then we'll go to that. But okay. I don't want to stay on. I just want to stay on. I mean, we can lead to that, but I wanted to. I'm just blown away. What's happening with the whole? There's the kids situation. We got the county not doing anything, and
you okay, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna say if you need to, just step that way. It just all blows our mind, and then. Stephanie, if she was going to bring up what's happening to her, we're going to assume that's kids too.
Yeah, that's what everybody's thinking. But this morning, I came out to put my stuff in the Blazer, just before putting Ashley on the bus, and I noticed that my door was cracked. And so I went on in, and then as I looked in the window of the Blazer, I saw that the center console was open, which I do not do. So I went ahead and I opened my door, and I got to looking, and I was like, something just didn't feel right. And I looked, and I have one of the old school radios in the Blazer where you take the faceplate off.
Why do you even call that old school? Those still exist.
Well, it's an older one.
Old school would be a handle that pulls out.
Old school is
speaking of old school, hold on, let's cover this real quick. Speaking of old school, here comes my little baby girl who is 2 years old today.
Yay!
Come here, Zay. Come get Papa a kiss.
Man,
look at her all dolled up. She is 2 years old today.
They don't get any cuter. Look at her.
She is so precious.
And she didn't sleep worth a poop last night. She was so excited.
She knew it was her birthday.
Come on.
Stephanie Court.
Come on. Don't pull your chair back. Well, you can't move your chair either.
Yeah. Help, Mike. And now you're getting her hung up in your cord.
Gussie Pops.
Hot dog. Oh, I don't need that. She's got her little breakfast muffin.
Cool.
Good job.
Oh, you were bringing me some? Thank you.
Look how beautiful you look.
Pretty in pink.
You want to say something? Say hello.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Say hey.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to be shy?
Can you blow me a kiss?
What's a motorcycle sound like?
Oh, thank
I
you.
love doing that. We were watching videos last night because I was
Thank
researching
you.
about getting a new motorcycle helmet, and at the beginning of the videos, it would always show, like the opening to the company that does the videos, and it's a motorcycle, and all she's yelling is motorcycle,
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
huh? She's gonna be bashful. All right, honey. Give Pop a kiss first. Stand up on Pop's leg.
Look how
Aw.
beautiful
Look at how
she
pink.
is.
Look at how pink she is. I got you, my baby. Look at this. She's got on her pink Converse and a pink tutu, and she's got on her white shirt
Pink bow.
and got a pink bow.
And it says happy
wanna
birthday.
say
It says
something?
birthday girl.
Say something.
Hi, Zay Zay.
Give me a kiss. Give me
I
a
know
kiss
it.
at least. Give me a kiss. All right.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Say bye.
Bye, Zaylee.
Bye, Daily.
Say bye.
Bye bye.
Zay.
She
Oh,
waved at
She's
the
waving at the
microphone.
microphone. I love you. Have a good day at school.
Boy, if that doesn't make you day, nothing will.
Okay.
And see, this is part of my
Bye,
complaint
Zay
about
Zay.
the speeders because I have a 2-year-old. What if she went running for that road?
Oh, God.
At 35, obeying the speed limit, you would have time to probably stop your vehicle. If you're a
Probably.
school bus running 55 in a 25, then how do you think you're going to stop said vehicle? So I'm to the point now of, at what point do I start getting radical and just start walking out there acting like I'm going to throw a cinder block in the road? Is that going to make them stop? Oh, yeah, I'll go to jail for that, won't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? You'd be in trouble.
Isn't that stupid?
Yeah.
I can't get these people to do their fracking
Freaking
job,
job.
but yet I'll go to jail if I try to stop it. So
Yeah.
I'll start backing the bus out in the damn street.
Back to what we were talking about the
Yes.
searches at the schools.
Hold,
And
please. Finish what you were saying.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, this morning, I came out and someone had gone through my Blazer and stole the faceplate off of my stereo. That's the only thing that so far is missing. Why they just took the faceplate? Maybe they were spooked.
They're coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and my neighbor has already said that he's gonna be waiting on them along with Travis.
No,
I'm
they're
like,
not going.
great.
Y'all don't be dumb. They're not coming back tonight.
Oh no, they won't come back
They're
tonight.
gonna give you about a week to get over being pissed.
Well, yeah, because
Then they're gonna come back about 2 weeks from now. They're gonna wait till you start getting, because what's gonna happen?
until I get comfortable.
What's gonna happen is y'all gonna be all cocky and be waiting on them.
Yeah, and that's not.
And after about 4 days of being pissed off and waiting, you're gonna realize how foolish you are for sitting up waiting. And then about the time you decide I'm gonna go get some sleep, they're gonna get you.
Yeah, when they think that our guard is down.
And the reason I know this, I used to be that guy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I used to.
And-
so I
and-
know how they're.
And the next thunderstorm that you get will be the night they hit you. Because with all the outside noise, you'll never hear them crack the window. You'll never hear them rip your dash apart. You'll never hear anything because you're just going to go, oh, it's raining. And you're going to be naive enough to believe nobody's going to do that in the rain.
You know, never
Oh,
mind. We'll talk about that off air.
I'm telling you from experience, when the passport and radar, the passport and escort radar detectors were out, and people were paying $200 and $300 cash for those back in the late 80s, that was a gold mine for us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying. I was a hood rat. Thank God I changed my ways, but I'm not going to tell you that I was a saint, because I wasn't. When I was 14 years old, I was just as stupid as some of these kids today. I just wasn't going to break in your front door and take a chance of getting shot like some of these kids today.
Well, my next door neighbor, because when I found out what was going on, she was going to keep Kingston for me this morning. So I informed her what was going on. And we got to looking to see if maybe they had threw the faceplate, because, it was almost like somebody was playing a joke.
Why would they throw the faceplate if they're coming back to get the radio?
Well, I know, or to see if they had dropped it, if
I know what
if
you're
they
saying.
were running. And she found her backyard gate open.
Of course.
So we went looking around there. And last week, I forgot to mention this when I started this. I don't normally leave my wallet in the Blazer, but I had to get inside real quick.
I don't normally drink tequila, but when I do.
And
I drank a lot of it.
well, I had left my wallet in there. So the next morning when I went out to get in to come to the show, It was sitting in the seat, all open. Everything was open, and I don't do that. I mean, all of the zipper parts were open.
You don't live an open life?
Yeah. I like to stay in the closet.
I told you she was
They can go through my wallet all they want. There's nothing in there.
Well, I have I have bank cards and a credit card and stuff like that, but that's all, and checks, but none of that was taken.
So the door to your vehicle was unlocked. I'm just asking. I mean,
yes,
most people
because
do that,
Scottie knows how much of a piece of crap that.
well, I mean, mine
Blazer
too.
is.
Mine too.
Here's
Here's
my question.
It won't shut all the way.
Here's just a question. I really direct this to Travis for being a dumbass too. But
Ooh, damn.
Travis is from Lithonia.
Yes.
Travis knows in the 80s what the hell happens to your car when you have that kind of stuff in your car.
Yeah.
Why does anybody ever put stuff like this in their car anymore?
I don't know.
You might need to put, as an adult, you might actually need to put something in the back of the Blazer instead of having speaker boxes.
Thank you.
Don't we know? I mean, I remember there was a company that I started installing stereos at, and I remember for a fact the hood rats would watch you get the system installed, watch you go boom, 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 and pull out on Covington Highway. They would follow you down Glenwood all the way to your front door. You just boom, boom, boom all the way home, and you showed them where to come pick it later. Like, you showed them where you lived. You let them know, hey, guess what, y'all? When I'm in here sleeping, come take my sheet. You know what that reminds me of? Not having a sheepdog guarding your sheep, because as soon as you go to bed, your sheep are laying out in the wilderness waiting to be attacked. And I mean, I don't put nothing of value in my car anymore I got to worry about.
Roughly 1990, 1991 time frame here in Conyers, there was a business that was installing, and they also had like all the additional hardware kind of things around. They used to make copies of your car keys.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. They'd make a copy of your car key. They'd give it about a month or two after they'd installed these expensive systems. And they would send somebody over with the key.
There was one shop on Covington Highway that the installer was kind of in on it and was telling the people what he did to each car so the alarm wouldn't go off.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a dude that had spent $10,000 on a system and couldn't figure out how they even stole the alarm. I mean, the people stole the friggin' alarm. They took all the new Alpine stuff. They took everything. They stole his alarm. He's like, how did they do this in my driveway? And I didn't hear them. Like, how did an alarm not go off? And then once all this kept going on for months and months and months, it kind of linked back to one of the installers, because he did something and said, hey, dude, if you go through this particular part of the car, you'll be able to get in without setting the alarm off.
Well, that's exactly what somebody was just saying. In St. John, Missouri, a car alarm business was sending a dude to places to rob cars they installed alarms in that was inside jobs.
Yeah. And you can get the code, can't you? I mean.
Yeah. If I get an alarm put on, which I wanted to get an alarm put on the van, I'm not so sure about the Blazer. Maybe now. The only one that I was going to go to that I could really trust was going to be Rob.
Well, let me tell you this. Go to Rob's Performance, because I'm going to explain something. He's like Walmart, Bubba. I mean, it's one-stop shop. He's installing.
I thought you were going to say
people there?
Hang on. He's installing car stereos. He's installing alarms. He's installing the big train horns. He's installing airbags. He's installing everything. Now he's doing the powder coating. It's one-stop shop. You go to Rob's Performance, you don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, and you can trust him.
The only thing I know they don't do is windows, because I asked that yesterday. But he says, we'll have a guy come here and do it in our parking lot.
Tinting windows?
No, replacing windows.
Oh, replacing windows. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like, what happened with yours?
Yes.
I mean, did he figure out what happened with your door?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
So Chaz starts giggling because he gets the door fixed. And he says, you know what it was? I said, that plastic piece on the handle broke. He said, nope. It was the tie wrap. The what? He said, the tie wrap that they rigged it with, which means who I bought the minivan from must have repaired it. The dealership must have repaired it with a tie wrap.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your door doing?
It wasn't opening.
The inside.
I couldn't. I'd have to roll the window down and open it from the outside.
Not a lot of things a door can do or can't do, really.
What was funny though is the little
Shut up, Mike.
the little guy that changes oil when Tubby and them let him get in it. I said, "Are you going to tell him he can't get out?" He says, "No, he'll figure it out."
Oh my God!
So they let him pull up in the bay, and he couldn't get out, and couldn't get out, couldn't get out, and couldn't get out. And then he rolled the window down, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "Trust me." He said, "That dude knows how to get out." Anyways, yep, our neighborhood, this is from Joe Leeper. Yep, our neighborhood was hit, and the cops said it was kids they were looking for. He said that's what prompted me to do this, and it's a 9-camera channel setup.
Wow.
Yeah. We have a security camera that we actually have 2 of them that we had up at the other house, which that neighborhood we didn't have to worry about anything.
Right.
And I kept telling Travis, I really want you to get the security cameras up before you go out of town.
Right.
Well, one thing or another, he had to do this, had to do that. Needless to say, it didn't get put up. And then this happens.
Well,
and I told him, you better make sure when you get home.
Did you read what I wrote?
Go
back into the chat and read what I wrote.
You know that video cameras can catch all this, and then you can possibly do it. I think. Okay. I heard somebody dialing. I'm
calling a friend of mine who is most likely fixing to be our security camera guy.
Temporarily suspended.
I told my wife to bring me my damn wallet because she said I didn't pay the bill. I said I need to get this paid this morning, and she said, "Well, Zaylee's sleeping," and you notice she didn't bring me my wallet. So we need to go to commercial anyways.
He just totally threw Crystal under the bus.
Hell yes, I did, because Zaylee didn't sleep good last night, and I said, "Could you sneak in there and get my wallet?" She's like, "Not right this second. Wait till I get her up."
So question, so is this guy just going to be a security camera person, or can they do the whole?
Did you not?
Oh my God. Got a break.
I'm going to take a breath before I kidney punch you. Did you not just see me try to call him?
Yeah, but I was just
hold it.
Okay.
Not your pee. I don't want you peeing in the chair. Don't act like you've never done that before.
I've never peed in this chair. It was the floor thing.
Well, I know you hadn't peed in that chair. Did you hear that? I never peed in this chair. You're right. You never peed in that chair.
No,
hey, by the way, you're looking. Those are some nice
listen, Rob.
I thought you weren't going to be here.
Rob hooked me up with one of them nice.
Does that got glitter in it?
Powder coated, candy blue, metallic base. But he said to let you and Denise know that.
No, me.
Well, this applies to her. You don't drink out of beer cans, idiot. I was just being nice.
You don't drink.
He actually didn't even say you, but I was just being nice.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. He did say you and stuff. Anyways, this will fit.
Thanks, Rob.
This will fit 2 beer cans.
Cool.
So, or a 64-ounce growler.
Cool is the point, Stephanie. This thing right here, they showed me where they put ice in theirs like 24 hours before, and the ice was still in there, drink still cold, everything. So I put this in the fridge last night as I went to bed with a bunch of ice. The ice is still in it. It's nice and toasty. It's made by a company that's very similar to Yeti. You can get these powder coated for $65. I mean, that's the cup and it powder coated for $65.
Any color you want?
Just about any color can
With
be
glitter?
made. He can make, yes, you need to go check out his wife's new pink one. Every woman's going to want this. It sparkles and it's pink.
I want a camouflage one.
I don't know that he can do that, but they do have one called Hammered, which is what you will be after you drink from it anyways. All right, let's go to a commercial. We'll be right back.
Ouch, that hurt.
I love that. I said hammered and she starts laughing, but that's what's going to happen after she drinks several cups of that.
Let me see that, because I want one of those Yetis, but
I got to go get my wallet.
Money for a
Kyla, come on. No.
teaching that dog how to smoke.
Yeah.
Doesn't like you.
She's already waiting.
She doesn't like you. Or the
yeah, when I
$65
walked
cup.
in and you were here, it was like,
I know. I don't understand. I don't read my texts when I'm driving. Did he not want me to come? I said I was going to be 15 minutes late. So.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was going to be me and Denise. But I mean, I'm glad you were here, because who would have known that what happened
Well, and
this morning? So that,
we never knew what was, and we didn't know your frame of mind if you was going to want to be here.
Yeah. can understand that.
And it's Friday. We might as well have some folks in here.
What I was gonna say was too, the cameras are great and all that other stuff, but make sure you test the night camera.
Oh yeah. This is one that we've already been using it.
But the best thing, better than a camera, and they're not that expensive. The floodlight one, and get it with the motion sensor. So you just turn it on, you leave it alone. And if nobody's out there, nothing happens. If somebody gets in that yard.
They do have.
Oh yeah. But I'm telling you.
And the camera only comes on
when the light comes on. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, that's the way to go.
Well, my thing too, though, that I told Travis, my biggest concern.
Unless he's reliable, I'll push it.
My concern was.
Hold, please. Hey, y'all, I forgot to load a song. So everybody hang tight, and let me go back, and I'm going to load a song. I apologize for that.
The camera. And then Travis said, well, they can steal it all they want to, but that to the recorder house, we're still going to get their face.
Yes, you would.
Still would have a camera missing.
Yeah, but
yeah, just put it high enough. Put it in a tree.
Unfortunately, though, we have the wire. I would love to be able to have the wireless.
They still have to have power.
Oh, they had a battery pack to them.
You'll be changing that thing every month.
yeah, that's why somebody asked me to do wireless. I said no, because you know what happens? People forget to pay it. I mean, forget to change the batteries.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you're coming home from work every day, and you're in your mind, you're like, "Ooh, my security zone," and then it's like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Battery. It has a battery, and you can like zip tie it to something.
There's a perfect set of
You saw what I wrote, right?
What are you talking about?
Motion activated deer camera.
It picks up. And
it has an SD card. Yeah, it has an SD card. David had bought it when he worked at Copart because people were like the tow truck drivers that brought cars in weren't closing the gate, so then people were breaking in the car.
We got about 4 or 5 of them on our stuff. But that's because, the road going down to our house, piece of cake, but people come up from the other side of the property. So along the fence, pointing back into the woods, we got.
I got to pee.
Why don't you go while you're upstairs?
Busy.
Funny story. Dunwoody rep who sponsored City Hood Bill was arrested for a DUI.
Awesome.
The city of Clayton.
And we need to start talking about stuff like that. I need everybody to actually start having stories. And was told one of them just quit listening.
David just told me a story about a
man
woman
named Jed
in Tennessee that was arrested.
I got a TMZ story on Zach Brown. Hey, I was just telling y'all what I had. I got my Obama phone yesterday.
Did you really?
You're drunk.
Right. Talking awfully early this morning.
It's supposed to be you're drunk.
Well, that's why I said it, because he knows what I was giving him.
The Kermit the Frog was the one that got me in the most bull crap.
I want one.
You wanted a
Can you hear me?
Obama phone? Yeah.
Does it have minutes, a certain amount of minutes or anything?
Yeah.
Does it have
It's got
certain?
like 499 minutes.
Does it have data and all that other
Hey,
stuff?
Steph, somebody video.
Looks good to me. It's kind of dark, but yeah, it looks good.
Okay, I never want ceiling, so always. tell
Okay,
me.
so point it down.
It's
Good.
like
Or down just a.
Facebook and it like eats up.
Just like barely there.
It's
Check out Steph.
Yes.
That's good. Steph, what are you talking about?
We're having fun.
I know that, but if it's
I got my on my phone.
Just gave it to me.
Oh my God. You do know.
It's
Listen,
unlimited
listen.
data.
You do know that when that son of a bitch ain't president no more, he's gonna ask for his phone back.
It's
Oh, I have a funny
got
president
unlimited
conversation.
text messaging. We got 490.
And where do you go to get?
All right, we got to go live. Everybody zip it. And we're back, everybody. I want to start back to where I was. We were talking about security cameras. And God knows this friggin' phone.
Frigging phone. Hey, I love the fact that folks are starting to get these systems in their homes. You
I believe everybody should.
know? I think it's great.
I mean, look, I'm on the back of my house watching TV all the time because my living room. Hey, this is DJ Scottie. This is Bobby.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man.
Hey,
Look,
Bobby.
we were just having a discussion. You know, I've been meaning to get a hold of you, and it's just been a little crazy around this joint. But you're live right now on air. Last night, one of our girls had her car broke into. And, of course, we're on this big talk this morning about security cameras and why you need them. And I said, man, you know, I've got a guy. I've been needing to call him all week, and there's no time like the present. So do you got a second?
I do.
So explain to us what it is you do, your business, and explain how they can find you, and tell people, even though they may not think they need cameras, explain to them why they probably should have cameras.
So what KMT Systems does is we're a low voltage integrator, which means we do every facet of low voltage, whether it be a security system, a camera system, an access control system. But our main focus right now is residential and commercial CCTV, which takes HD quality cameras, puts them at your home or your business, and gives you the ability to see at 1080p, which is the highest image quality possible, over a coax, which allows you to reduce your costs and still get the image quality you need, like a large quality HD system that you would have in a commercial environment on your network.
Hey, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Military Mike. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, sir, could I get the name of your company again? You kind of said it really, really, really fast.
Sure, it's KMT Systems.
KMT Systems. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna show
Right.
you. He's gonna show you on Facebook right this second.
Yeah, Kilo Michael Thomas.
There we go.
Don't say his
And
name.
we're
He'll get excited.
we're based out of McDonough, Georgia.
Well,
I'm
that's awesome.
sorry.
And I just pulled up your website, and I'll go ahead and share that, unless you are, Mike.
Either one.
This is Stephanie, Redneck Steph. I'm the one that was the idiot that left my car unlocked and got
No.
broken into.
Yeah, but
last
regardless
night.
whether your car was
It was
unlocked
in
or
your
not.
driveway.
Yes, it was in my driveway. So I just had a couple of questions. Now, the cameras that you set up, they have night vision on them?
They do. They have IRs built into them. You get about 75 to 100 foot of complete darkness view.
Is that not
Cool.
awesome or what?
Cool.
You can see orbs too, Steph.
Orbs. You said orbs.
And you set up something for the cameras to record, like a HD drive?
It goes to a hard drive. We usually put in a hard drive that's at least a terabyte, and then you would have remote connectivity through your internet, so you can use any smart device to be able to view those cameras remotely, as well as you could view them at your house on an iPad, a smart device.
That is so
like
cool.
And-
That's
a
the cool
Droid or an
stuff.
iPhone.
Yeah.
And how soon can you come out and give me an estimate? No, seriously.
Now, see-
I can get with you today. I am out of town, but I can get somebody to come by there and take a look at it. For you.
Isn't that awesome? See, I told Bobby when me and Bobby met, you know, Buddha is a mutual friend. He's like, you need to meet this guy, because I said I'm very, very, everybody with Just for Fun knows we're very, very particular about who we'll deal with. So I have to kind of background check you to even know if you're trustworthy enough to even want to be dealt with. So Buddha introduces me to Bobby, and I'm like, look, I'm not joking. I've got tons of people that keep asking about security, but there have been so many shady type companies, and then not just not in one field, but in all fields. So we're trying to be real particular. And as soon as I got Bobby's hand in my hand while shaking his hand, I said, no, I'm telling you, there's tons of people wanting to talk about cameras. And sure as the world, all week I have texted him at the beginning of the week, like, man, I'm a day behind. I'll try to call you. Here we are Friday. I meant to call him yesterday, and we're calling him today. and it's the same day Stephanie's car got broke into. Now, what's the irony here? I think it's supposed to be this way. We've been needing to get a hold of this guy, and now look why we really need to today.
And with your system, do you monitor it or you just install it?
We install, well, on the camera side of it, we install it. You can have remote video. There's a fee per month. It's kind of expensive, but it is sometimes necessary for residential when people have rental properties. But average is about $45 a month.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if you,
yeah, but what are
you
you
can't put a price on safety.
What I'm asking you though, and then you need to probably make sure you're clear on, are you asking monitoring on video or monitoring like a home alarm?
Like a home alarm.
Okay, yeah, see, that's different. He installs that as well, but that's where he's thinking you're asking about videos. Why I was asking.
Correct. Now, home alarms, they range, depending on if you have a cellular, which is a non-home phone system, or if you have a home phone system.
I do have a home phone.
So on a home phone, you'd be looking at $16 a month.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, because I've been paying like $20. I didn't even know there was a $16 one. I might have to change companies.
Okay, so I have a question, and I'm so it's probably going to be a stupid.
Yeah, her
question.
name is Denise, and Duh is now her new name. So,
but can you look at these cameras? Like, if you're not home, is there a way you can pull it up and look at them?
Yeah, that's what he was saying on his on your cell phone.
Yes,
I can't get it out.
You just lived up to your name.
Any smart device.
Told you.
If you have internet
it's a smart device.
That's
why
that's the problem. It's a smart device. You just
You're
didn't
not
figure
helping
it out.
Bobby. Thanks.
Yeah. See, as soon as you said smart device.
Well, Bobby, I hated I messed with you while you was out of town, man, and I knew I meant to get with you, and I apologize. It's just actually just for fun. It's growing, and I'm gonna have to learn a new way to deal with stuff because there's just so much going on.
Well, that's something I was going to bring up too. Is I just shared the KMT System Incorporated Facebook page. Now, Bobby, here's the thing. Hey, Bobby, I like saying Bobby because
we make jokes about damn Ricky Bobby so
hey,
much.
Ricky Bobby. It's funny we got a Bobby now. Hey,
we had a Bobby though.
I would like to
get to the caller.
Jesus. You have 97 likes on your Facebook page right now. I'm gonna push this through my network, through the Just for Fun radio network, and as well as we'd like to have you on the World According to Mike one Wednesday night. And just to talk about the importance of having home security and stuff like that. So I'd like to send out an open invitation to you for a Wednesday night when you're back in town.
Absolutely.
And you do know that because it's going to be, I guess, a Just for Fun radio thing that because I'm not going to say if, but when we get the alarm set up, it will be recorded so we can have it on the Just for Fun page.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was lost there for a second. I'm like, she's just beating around the bush with like a twig. I didn't know.
Tell you the truth, I'm still lost.
I couldn't tell if she's waiting for pigeons to come out of the bushes or cockroaches. I didn't know what she was swinging for. All right, Bob, we'll let you get back to your thing, man. Sorry I hadn't called. Hopefully this kind of makes up for not calling you yet. I do apologize. But hey, one more time, tell people how to find you one more time.
That's Bobby Wilbanks is my name. Kilo Michael Thomas, Kellogg Michael Thomas, KMT Systems Inc. And we're based out of McDonough, Georgia. And the phone number is 770-507-5828.
All right. And
very cool.
I'm gonna make sure I get with you the beginning of the week. I do apologize.
Sounds great. Thanks,
all right, man. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm so excited about finally getting some stuff taken care of. I was apologizing for Rob. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I just haven't been here. With Rob, I can sit and talk about growing in business. He's like, it's a good thing you're growing. It's like, yeah, just you get accustomed to doing it one way, and then all of a sudden you have to change how you do stuff. All right, so now let's back up a little bit. We did lead off of several different conversations. We had a resource officer that had sent us a message. Would you please read that about searching the lockers?
Oh, yes. Let me pull it up.
So we actually had a resource officer, which is a police officer that works inside of the school system. In other words, almost all these schools now have a cop on duty.
Now, she's
and that's
looking
called a resource
I
officer.
know, I have it.
She has it.
I was going to say, as you were bringing it up, do you think that's a good job? Now, twofold here. Do you think it's a good job for a police officer or a bad job for a police officer? And then two.
Wait. I need to ask this question. Are you saying, is it a good thing for us to have a police officer there? Or
second question.
Are you trying to say, is it a good thing for a cop? Is that like a punishment to be stuck in a school?
Right.
Okay.
Because I think Denise and I knew a very, very, very popular one, and that's where I was going to lead into.
Well, I know, like, I had to go deal with the principal at a middle school in Covington, and his teachers during lunch snatched up my daughter's phone and then went through her phone and was going through her pictures. And there were some pictures that my daughter should not have taken.
Granted.
That was of her in a bra. But the problem is you now have adults illegally obtaining her phone, illegally going through her phone, and now you have all these adults that are passing. There's a table of 8 teachers that were passing my daughter's phone around, looking at my daughter in her underwear. Now, do you think that's legal? I don't think so. So I went in and had to deal with the principal, and the principal didn't like the fact that I was telling him how it's going to be. And then I was probably contacting a lawyer, and I was, what dumbass didn't know is I was videoing the whole conversation. So as he started to get loud, I told him he needed to shut his mouth and he wasn't going to address me that way. Yeah. He calls in a Newton County. The Newton County comes in. He's staying, and it's a nice sergeant. And I ended up knowing the guy after all this was done. We started talking and realized I knew him. But he just stood there with his arms crossed for a second and was watching what was happening. And the principal tried to say something, and the sheriff's officer had to kind of throw his finger out to the principal and said, "You need to shut your mouth as of right now." Cool. Because from the second that you called me in here, you were no longer in charge of this situation. So you just need to hush. I'm now in charge of this situation. And the principal didn't like it, and he kept trying to run his mouth. The sheriff had to instruct the principal, you need to zip your mouth right now. And then he kept saying, well, I want him out of here. And he said, sir, it's not up to you at this point. It's up to me. And he looked at me and said, Mr. Spence, can we walk outside? Because I got a feeling this is not getting any better. So as we started to go, the principal realized I had the phone on record, then got smart and said I couldn't record him. And I said, we're in a public building. You got to remember, you work for us. You're in a public building, which means this isn't your building. It's not your office. It's our office and our building. He said, well, what are you going to do with this video? And I said, not real sure. I said, didn't you catch the fact I said I own a radio station? He says, well, I didn't do anything wrong, did I? Went, that may be something you should really be considering right now, shouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But I do have you on video admitting that you went through my daughter's phone, and 8 of these teachers went through my daughter's phone and were looking at nudies. So you have a good day. Then we got outside, and the sheriff had to explain to me what was going on and agreed with 98% of what I said. Meanwhile, the dumb ace principal kept looking out the blind, talking on the CB radio, whatever, walkie-talkie, telling him to demand me to leave the property. And the sheriff actually had to tell the principal to shut his mouth before he got arrested.
Well, and we're actually my education class.
So this is the problem with these people in these schools thinking they have more strength than they really do.
They're lucky, or like the principal and the teachers are lucky that you didn't go any further with that, because first of all, that breaks a couple of the standards in the code of ethics. And then bottom line, after that, it's a breach of contract because you're breaking those standards. Like you're going against those code of ethics.
So the bottom line is, if the police officer wouldn't have been there, I, as a parent, could have reached over and just beat the living hell out of this guy, and there would have been nobody there to stop it. So is it a good thing to have a police officer there? Sure. Why not? Because the sorry ass principals aren't doing their jobs anymore. No, they're just not doing their jobs anymore. I mean, I've watched what happened to my daughter getting bullied at Salem High School, and the stupid teacher just stood there and allowed it to happen.
Yep.
Now, are you saying the teachers have their hands tied or the teachers don't care? Well, in this particular episode of what happened to my daughter, just about getting her head cracked open from these girls, was because the teacher did not give a shit. So go back to what the resource officer says.
We were talking about the locker checks, and I know when I was at Salem, we had canines going up and down and smelling the lockers, and you never knew when they were going to come, but you could tell the people that had stuff in there because they started freaking out. If you don't have anything in there, then you don't need to worry about it. But only administrators can do locker checks. Even if a canine is in the school, you have to have an administrator with you to even open the locker. Just the same with searching any student. If the school wants you to intervene, then you can. Which is...
Here's my problem. The law is being broken.
Right.
At the point that there is a crime happening, it should no longer be anything to do with the principal or no longer to do with the teacher. It should be 100% about the crime. Mike?
You know how I feel about this. I could care less, about all the stuff afterwards. The simple fact is, and go back to the beginning, you can't go, oh, you can't be on my property looking in my window. You know what? If you're cooking meth and I can see it from the road, where are the cops?
There's
right?
your probable cause.
Yeah. All this nonsense about if they were running dogs up and down the high school, which I've had to do in a military.
How about it's really simple to say it, and
know?
let's just throw out the smart ass comment as possible. If they're having to do that, there's already a problem.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
That's the thing that I was saying is, like, obviously, if the kid's freaking out about them being there, they're doing something illegal. So
you do realize that right now. Certain people, and I'm gonna go back to what Mike's saying, but right now there's certain people that we've talked to that address the kids hanging out at the theater in Conyers. 3 kids will be standing there. One holds the gun, one holds the magazine, and one holds the bullets. Mm-hmm. And then not one person is actually in trouble for having a loaded firearm. Now, does everybody get that? It may take a few seconds for kid A to have the gun and kid B to hand him the magazine and kid C to hand him the bullets. But truthfully, if they've got 15 seconds, let's say 60 seconds. If they know before they want to walk up and pop somebody behind the head, they've got that 60 seconds to load that gun.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, if they're clever enough to break the pieces down to each other,
then they're clever enough to load it.
They're clever enough to put it together and kill somebody.
But this way, nobody's carrying the loaded gun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so going back to schools.
Yes.
All right, my daughter, she went to Salem High School as well. We lived right here. Okay.
Isn't it amazing how many people have went there and can tell you how bad it is now compared to what it was?
Here was my question. Okay, one, my daughter has always been in the martial arts and she can handle herself. Okay, so all these other little girls were kind of huddling around my daughter all the time when they were at the cafeteria, stuff like that. Well, this one guy used an expletive to define my daughter. And she came home and she was crying. I asked her why she was crying. She said, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want you to be mad at me. We're in the martial arts. We're supposed to. I said, you whoop them. All right.
If you find that you have to defend yourself, you just do it.
I said, you make daddy proud.
My dad always said, don't start it, but finish it.
Okay, so
that's
she
what
did.
My dad said, he said, don't start it, but you make damn sure you finish it, because if you didn't finish
they're coming back for more.
No, he was going to kick my ass when I got home.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it was. All right, so the guy takes a swing at her, just a slap. You know how kids like to slap. Right?
Yeah.
Takes a slap at him. Roseanne drops him like third period French. Whoop, bam. He's on his back in the cafeteria staring up the ceiling. Guess who gets a phone call that his daughter is being suspended?
Yeah.
You did?
I did. So I go in there. First thing I said, Scotty, Stephanie, where's the cop? Don't we have a cop here? And you know what the assistant principal told me? It doesn't apply. Oh, yes, it does. Because I'm going to be filing charges against that young man.
Yes.
And if I can't against the young man, then I'm going to against the young man's father.
And possibly now charge the school system for not taking care of it.
You gotta love this. Here's where the assistant principal looks me in the eyes and goes, you can't do that.
Oh, yes, the hell I can.
I walked out. The cop was out front. He goes, Mike, because I knew him. He goes, Mike. I said, I'm going to stand right here, dude, until that kid comes out of school. He goes, don't do this. We're going to get in trouble. I said, oh, I'm just going to tell the little kid to tell his daddy to expect me. That's it. And he goes, don't do this. Don't do this. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. I said, why weren't you in there? Right. And he goes, because principal told me not to.
That's right.
So here you have an assistant principal telling me the law.
These wussy principals and assistant principals think they're wardens all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because they've allowed crime to be so rampant
and they're so busy, and they're so busy covering it up.
Yeah. You know what they do? They go to city meetings and talk about how much funding they need. And then they go back and they act like they're freaking super secret private investigators running around trying to catch kids freaking doing little things wrong. Here, I can stop drugs and guns in schools. I can.
Why? If we know that Salem's this effed up, why is there not metal detectors?
Why isn't there one way in the morning? That's all. Just one way in.
I'm just shaking my head.
I haven't been over to Salem since Sarah left Salem, but you know, my other daughter is still at Heritage, and I know, You have to walk up to the door. They have an intercom that you mash the button.
Aren't they supposed to have see-through backpacks? Because I know now I see
thought-
every day kids walking with bags you can't see in.
Yeah, but why do they even really need backpacks anymore? Everything's on an iPod.
That's true too.
iPad.
I know that you're not supposed to.
How else are they supposed to get the 9 and the kilo in the building, man? What the hell's wrong with you?
It's hard
Don't be
to
messing up the system.
It's hard to carry a kilo out in the open.
I know they can't.
Dude,
have
they
the
could
kind
have a
that roll.
dog. They could have a dog sitting there, and you have to walk past the dog to get in, and the dog would be like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, dig another one."
Oh, but you're violating their civil rights, Scotty.
You know what? If they're 16, they have no civil rights. They're a student,
Scotty,
right?
they can carry whatever they want. That is her civil right.
Yeah.
They can wear
Nuke the
cocaine
building.
deodorant,
Oh
and
my
it has
God.
nothing to do with you in this radio
I know.
station.
It's
It has
just
nothing to do with
obscene.
law enforcement or canines.
But y'all are gonna love this. They can't have the backpacks that roll anymore
Right.
because they can be used as a weapon.
As a weapon, yeah.
Oh my God! If you're
How
not
much
watching
sense does
video,
that make?
go to video.
Let's get this right. You can't carry the backpack or the backpack with wheels or suitcase with wheels, whatever, because it could be used as a weapon. But you can stand in the hallway and beat the hell out of the students while the teacher watches.
With a book bag that's on your back.
Which would be easier to swing,
Or a book.
or the kilo.
Or a gun. Or a knife.
I mean, this is just the stupidest crap I've ever heard in my life.
But okay, now here.
Once a crime is committed, I could give a SHEET what the principal says. If a dog walks down the hall and throws a signal, then
Okay.
at that point there's a crime being committed. And I even say, if the principal tries to stop you, arrest the principal, because right then and there you're impeding an investigation.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we let educators get back to educating our children?
Yes,
If there's crime in a school, then let's call in the appropriate authority.
that's right.
Law
And you know,
enforcement.
once a fight, here's the stupid thing I can't get principals to understand. Once a kid balls his fist up and pounds on another kid's face, this is criminal. This is criminal at this point. This isn't you're late for class.
Right.
This is criminal. Start locking the bastards up.
Okay, here's the thing. Duh said it earlier. Policies or rules or procedures, those aren't laws. Okay. If you're breaking a rule at school, it's an educational issue. Okay. It's the whoever's in charge of what the hell they call it in high school. When you're in trouble.
In-house.
No, that like the discipline, disciplinary action. I don't know what the hell they call it now, but all right. So if you show up late to class, that's a disciplinary issue. If you show up to class with a kilo and a gun, you're breaking the law.
Now I'm probably going backwards here
Well, probably.
I was occupied this morning and couldn't hear what y'all first started talking about. Did y'all talk about the
No, that's what I was about to lead to.
Talking about the what?
The kid.
yes.
What kid?
The Jasper County.
The
Okay,
Oh,
5-year-old.
yeah.
Obviously,
We
there's
need to go to commercial.
But
Though. Y'all, just your
Okay.
spam ADD radio squirrel crap just took place again.
that has nothing.
Y'all were talking without talking.
He was on something,
Yeah,
and then
that's-
you two
'cause
just
I
start
was gonna
mumbling to
ask-
each other.
because I was gonna ask, but I wanted to
Wait
know
till we
if
go to
y'all-
commercial and come back. We
Okay.
just totally got screwed up, and everybody that's listening probably goes, "What just
No,
happened?"
they know
there?"
what we're talking about.
Duh! You can't even figure out what day it
Duh,
is
please,
sometimes. We'll be
okay.
right
I
back,
was
everybody.
trying to ask you a
Zip
question,
it,
Mike.
zip it. We'll be right back, everybody.
But I got thrown off.
Golly,
y'all. You were like, "What did y'all?" And then you're like, "I know. I was just about." What did I?
Yeah, that part I.
That was wild.
Yeah, 'cause I was
We have
gonna ask you a-
ESPN.
You have ESPN,
Yeah.
really? ESPN,
But now
the
I-
Eastern
yeah.
Sports. ESP. Yeah, I would. You know what, Steph? Don't get involved with her. She's dangerous.
Who?
You.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I don't know who was more duh this morning. Duh or duh. The two of you. Mike was actually like talking, and I'm listening, and all of a sudden I'm like, what just took place here?
I was gonna ask him a question about
Law enforcement in
The
schools.
discipline.
the discipline
Uh-huh.
part. and it dealt with the lady in Jasper County
Right.
with her, but then Duh threw me off. So
I did not throw
everybody
do
off
not put me
because you
at
were
fault in all of this.
because you said I was fixing to lead up into that. I was like, okay, but I was fixing to ask Mike a question
Right.
about it.
No, that's what. But you could still. Okay, anyway. Whatever.
Just never mind. Just when we go back, see, we're all we're
Who's RJ Hadley? Is that somebody?
I think he's running.
Therefore,
Did you hear me?
Who's RJ
Did you
Hadley?
hear me?
No.
You said don't
Commissioner.
throw me in the middle of it. Look, and I said there is a U right in the middle of your name. Duh.
Don't yell.
Is RJ Hadley
He's
a
running for commissioner.
commissioner? Okay. Because Alex said, "Hey, I might have a best-selling author. He used to be the CEO for UPS. His name's Ron Wallace.
Hey, no, he's not talking. Keep talking. See, that's what y'all do. Y'all keep
He's
interrupting
running against
each other.
Oz and Odin.
He's running against Oz and Odin. Okay, cool. That'll be a good show then.
See what song I decided to play?
Gangsta's
Yeah.
Paradise.
Has anybody seen a list of the ones going for post one?
That's what we're gonna talk about.
Really? Because I thought you were fixing to talk about the little kids.
Shut up.
Because I still
Do you have a hangover this morning
No,
or something?
you don't even understand how bad the side of my head hurts.
I can
Are
see.
you on
I
your
can see
period?
why.
I know, but look at those.
Hey,
yoga
how
pants.
much? Hey,
Seriously?
hey, how much is that?
150.
Holy shit! I was gonna help you, but I can't help you that much.
Yeah, I know.
Golly.
Antibiotics.
Told you yesterday I'd help you if you needed it.
I can't see spending that much on it.
Okay,
Don't
so
have insurance?
just continue an infection that close to your brain. Okay, I mean you're dumbass enough. Go ahead, go
Did-
all the way.
why-
Go all the way, dumbass.
Why
God.
haven't you went to like the clinic or to one of these?
I don't have an STD.
You,
I have
God.
antibiotics at the house.
I'm
I can
just-
bring
You
it.
do know you can go to Walgreens.
Yeah, and you're supposed to get it for free.
Well, no,
Or
like,
at least
yeah,
$4.
like amoxicillin and stuff, but this is stronger. I've been on amoxicillin when I had my teeth pulled,
Stronger than
and
amoxicillin.
that wasn't doing anything.
Why haven't you called the
I can't
dentist
take
back
amoxicillin.
and say I need more because apparently that wasn't strong enough?
Yeah, man, it just
Because
rips
that was
through you.
For when I had my extraction to keep from getting an infection.
And it
This,
won't- it won't
she called me in
get out of
something
me.
stronger.
Who did?
My doctor.
What the hell
Without
is stronger
having to
than
go in.
amoxicillin?
And that's $150.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Z-Pack.
Because
A
amoxicillin,
Z-Pack is
I'm on
stronger?
steroids. I am on steroids.
I
So I'm
know.
gonna get roid rage.
Yeah, man. Check out those shiny yoga pants.
If I could mute y'all, I would. So, have you ever called the dentist back to say, because of blah, 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 I now have more of a something infection? You write me a prescription, or you think it's still going to be the same way and cost out the yin?
And he will, and it will.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Okay, so at the end of the show, this is what we're gonna do. Where is your pharmacist? Who's your
Kroger.
pharmacist? Huh?
At Kroger.
We're gonna call Kroger right here with my credit card, and we're gonna pay for that antibiotics, and you're gonna go get it. And
Because
just
you got to
bring me back.
realize the sinus infection affects ears, your
Eyes.
teeth. It'll make your
Yeah.
teeth friggin' hurt.
It
I
can-
know,
everything.
it's already hurt. It's already
It
I
hurt
can
know.
my
throw off your
extraction site.
balance. It can freaking spread to your brain.
Is that why
But-
whenever I blow my nose,
What-
I get dizzy?
What is it that you need? And we're doing this all
At the end of the
Hold
show,
please, hold please.
she's allergic to it.
And we're back. I mean, back. I did that as a joke. I can't believe all y'all are flipping out.
Sure. Oh, what a cover. You're turning red. I know you didn't mean to do it.
No, I did mean to
You're
do
as
it.
red as I was at
Yeah.
work the other day.
I'm watching y'all flip
Yeah.
out because usually it's Mike
No.
that throws out the stupid comments.
I know. Now you guys know I do it on purpose because I'm dumb. But
Well, you know, we do know that.
you are turning red, which
I'm
means you
laughing.
didn't mean to do it.
Oh my God.
Y'all should watch YouTube.
What
It's
an
really
idiot.
funny.
They are on it. They are on YouTube, you dumbass.
You almost said they are on idiot. You know,
Because I did almost say because I couldn't even get my mouth. I almost cussed you. Like they
what
are.
else
It won't be
new?
the first
They
time.
are watching
God.
YouTube, you dumbass.
Hey, ladies, he almost cussed at me. Ooh.
Okay. Shh. We gotta
Oh,
go
I
back
bet
live
that
on the
hurt.
radio. And we're back. And if y'all haven't been
I
watching YouTube, you're missing it.
I get cussed at in text messages.
Mike is an idiot. Now we're only on YouTube because we're on a break on the app for the radio station. He says, and y'all should go back and watch it on YouTube. Mike, they are watching it on YouTube.
You know how long I watched Jacob last night on YouTube?
It was like watching Stevie Wonder in the dark, walking in the woods,
Oh, is he up on
Did
YouTube?
you
looking
Renee
for a
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot. Stephanie, no, he's not. And that's the point.
I even knew that stuff.
Stephanie, Jacob's gonna be typing stuff. Y'all are idiots.
I even knew that.
Did I say that out loud?
Oh my God. And people wonder why our show have just insanely stupid moments.
I know he's not on YouTube. I was just picking.
Oh God! Now
You're right.
I'm all sweated up now.
Okay, Denise actually has two things that she said she
Well,
was
we
going to
need
talk
to go
about.
back
An
to what Mike
infection and
was
Okay.
talking about before break.
Please, somebody
Not that good.
pick it up.
Mike, back to what you were talking about with the discipline and school and before we went to break.
and you two started doing your ESPN thing.
The weird stuff that happened. Felt like I was in another Alabama family reunion. And I don't mean Dixieland Delight, Alabama. I'm talking about some hillbilly stuff. You
Yeah.
sure got a free mouse. All right, Mike,
Backwards.
That was in Georgia, by the way. That's Tallulah Gorge.
we know that. Go, Mike.
I was just trying to paint a picture.
Mike,
You got a pretty mouth.
you sure need to get back on topic.
It's 9:00.
Well, it's almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 minutes till. You
Come
got 3
on,
minutes.
Mike.
Okay. God, I don't like being under pressure.
Okay, Denise, go to your story then. 'cause
Okay,
Mike
so-
apparently he's like everything else, these shortcomings.
Stephanie's cracking me
Okay.
up. Water.
So everybody knows the story circulating around about
Swicolating?
Well, only those here in Georgia probably know the story. So
No, I don't know, man. It's all over Facebook.
yes.
I've been seeing pictures of the little boy flicking the camera off for like a week now.
There's a little more,
And I just
a little,
finally saw the video last night of what's going on.
a little 5-year-old at Jasper County Primary that had spit on somebody and almost hit them. And the mom was brought up to the school and she acted like she was texting on her phone but was recording, and the administrators were trying to hit the kid with a paddle in the butt on the butt. And
Is that
they had
allowed?
told-
But she had granted them permission to do it.
yeah,
but
she told him.
But she also states that she was instructed by the teacher that if the teacher, instructed by the principal, that if she did not allow this to happen, that she was going to get arrested again.
because she was already on parole, whatever, for truancy. She got arrested for
18
truancy
days
for
the
not
boy had missed
bringing the
school.
kid to school. She claimed it was for him being sick. So if you have doctor's excuses,
But
that's
there's when I saw the report, they're saying that not only did the principal is saying that no, they did not tell her that she was going to be arrested, but there was no proof that the child was out for the 18 days for the sickness.
well, she knew that if the police were called and but
Excuse me.
suspension?
She believed.
yeah, she believed.
the suspension and being out for being sick are two totally different absences.
Right. But she
Right.
claims that she was under the impression from what the principal had spoke to her about that if she did not allow this to happen, that she was going to
that
go
she
to
was
jail
gonna go
again.
to jail.
Alex, why don't you call in and tell it if I butchered that story? Anyway, sorry.
Oh,
So
Well, we just have to make sure that when we're saying it, there are key things that's part of the story that make it so much more crazy to begin with.
well, my whole thing is, if you gave permission for your child to be paddled, why are you sitting there recording it?
Well,
because
I mean,
you want
you
your
can record
15
it.
minutes of fame.
Yeah, you can record it. What's wrong with
But
recording?
that is odd that if you gave permission, that is an odd thing though. It really is odd. Like, if you said that, but we're not in her position. We don't know how much crap she's gone through. We don't understand what the school said to her. So maybe she felt that it was a safety thing she needed to do.
But if she recorded that, then why didn't she record the principal saying that if you
There's-
don't allow us to do
There
this,
is a second question there.
then we're going to have you arrested?
Hey, Alex.
Hello, just for fun radio. It's Alex, the one and only amazing host of Tech Talk, one of the leading night shows on Just for Fun Radio.
Yeah,
Look at the look on Mike's face. Go for it, Alex.
Mike doesn't want to start with me today. I can promise you that.
Can we
so-
video y'all paddling each other?
Yeah. So here's what happened.
Yes, let's hear it.
The mother had kept the child out of school for 18 days total throughout the year. It wasn't a consecutive 18 days. And she says he was being tested for cancer.
Yes,
So
but
all
there
the
was
time-
no proof
all the time-
given.
Okay. I
Squirrel,
don't
let
know
him
if
talk.
there was proof. I'm not going to say there was. Anyway, so she had been arrested because her child was truant. Now, she gets called into the school, and the principal wants, or whoever it is, wants to paddle the child. And the principal implied, if you do not consent to this, you could go back to jail. So the mother is saying the only reason she consented is because she was coerced into that consent, and then recorded the principal's paddling the kid. Now, I don't take a side in this. I have no problem with kids being disciplined in school. I kind of have a problem with parents being locked up because they, for keeping their kids out of school, but that's a different matter entirely.
Well, and the other thing too is by using the word coerce, if she uses the other word called duress, meaning I made the decision when I was, being forced to make no other choice, then she'll be able to scream duress, and then that makes every decision at that point just null and void.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yeah.
do you have any children?
I do not.
Okay, that may be why you feel that way.
No, I feel that way, Mike, because I was disciplined in school. I was caned. I was paddled. I mean, I feel that way from personal experience.
And look how
It's got nothing to do
respectful
with
he
having
is.
kids. It has nothing to do with having kids.
It has everything to do
Yeah,
with
but
it.
we've all grown
whatever.
up, and we were kids at one time, and we know what we were, how we were disciplined, and I think that's the biggest problem in today's time is
Exactly.
don't smack
Now,
my kid.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
want an
in my
administrator
day-
or an
in my
educator
day, they
paddling
also
my child.
didn't have to get. In my day, they also did not have to get permission from the parents. If they wanted to administer corporal punishment, they were able to do so on the spot. However, that's not the age we live in.
Well, yeah, because
And,
back then there was respect in every level of the world. In today's time, there's hardly any respect at all.
Yeah.
So back
Precisely.
then, you didn't have a principal that would just beat the hell out of you for no reason. Whereas today's times are a little different because people are just rude.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
here's the question: like the principal that was looking at your daughter's selfies, Scotty.
Yes.
Do you want him paddling your daughter?
Oh, hell no. Of course not.
Okay.
Again, it's also a different world in today's standards too.
I agree.
So,
I mean,
what-
because 15, 20, 30, 50 years ago, that A, cell phones didn't exist, but B, you didn't have people that acted like that.
a rep
Well,
from
the issue, I think the issue here is going to be, was this parent, coerced or under duress and basically forced into providing that consent? I think that's what it's going to come down to. And that, the school systems, if they do have a policy of corporal punishment, then they need to make sure they cover their asses,
okay.
before it's implemented.
Jasper County, the Jasper County Sheriff Donnie Pope was saying, the mom saying the principal led her to believe she'd be back behind bars if she didn't agree to the paddle.
Yeah.
And she said, if he gets suspended, I'm going to be arrested for truancy. If he misses another day, I'll be arrested. She never denied that. She never told me anything otherwise. But Pope said that's not true, which Pope is the sheriff. There was no coercion on their part. We confirmed the school did not tell her that. And then he was in trouble for spitting at a fellow student. The mom said he's 5. He's not the best child. He's probably worse than some other people's children. It's not the way we're raising him.
What it's going to come down to now is a civil suit and a he said, she said. because while the sheriff can say we confirmed the school did not say that, the sheriff wasn't there to hear what the school
and there's no
actually
video
said.
footage to prove yay or
Exactly.
nay.
Right.
But the
And-
problem
Right.
too is if you look at this girl's Facebook page of her little boy flicking birds off and everything else, she already looks like she has an unruly child by the image that
I
she
agree.
has portrayed.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And the girl herself even said, you know, he's not the best kid.
Right. The superintendent said in a brief statement, the district isn't allowed to comment on it, but is investigating. And then the Jasper County, they said they're aware of the video released by her. Unfortunately, the district is barred by state and federal law from commenting. And her and her son are meeting with school administrators today.
Yeah, I come down, honestly, I come down on the side of the school. I think this girl will bring a civil suit. I think she'll lose because, I mean, the fact is she gave consent. She said, okay.
Yes.
That's exactly what the sheriff said. He said there was no criminal activity that took place. What we confirmed is there was permission. There was consent given by the parent to discipline the child, and the school board has a policy for corporal punishment, and everything was followed.
Yeah. And unless she can come up with a video, you know, proving coercion, then
which he's already said, the sheriff already said there wasn't.
Well, again, you can't. It doesn't matter what the sheriff says because the sheriff wasn't a witness to it. Unless the woman can come up with a video proving coercion, then she doesn't have a leg to stand on. If she does come up with a video that shows she was coerced, then it's a completely different story.
True.
Anyway.
Hey, before you hang up, the next thing we were going to bring up is I was asked yesterday, why have y'all not talked about the kid in the car, the thing that's happening in Gwinnett County?
Harris.
What is your opinion on this whole jury thing? Because everybody's going, my God, they can't find one person who's not already formed an opinion. And hold on, I don't even know if you can even try to transfer the case to somewhere else in the United States because this was national. What is your opinion on this?
They have 8 jurors this morning.
Well, yeah, but I know this morning they were saying something about the judge had already said, look, we're not doing this anymore because even the judge has pulled away a lot of these jurors. So what is your thoughts?
I have no thoughts because I guess I could serve on this jury because I have no idea what story this is.
This is the one that happened in Cobb County where the father left the child in the back seat of the car.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
and they said that they found the documents and stuff where he had been researching on the web how to do this. And
I honestly I don't know what my thoughts are on it.
Do you think, as a juror, you could give him a fair trial? Or you already have it in your head that, look, bastard, you should be put in the car yourself?
See, this is the thing. I'm not going to say whether I believe he's guilty or not guilty because I haven't seen the evidence. I remember reading stories over a year ago, I think it was, but I don't recall reading the evidence that the police have or the government has against him. I would have to go back and look.
See, I'm scared that it wouldn't even matter what the evidence is because they've already just basically said, hey, this is what he did.
Well, here's the thing.
That's my problem. That's why I would suck.
Yeah, if I go back and read those stories and refresh my memory, then I'm probably going to say hang him.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And that's the problem with them trying to find.
Because of that, you wouldn't be able to be on the jury.
Right. And that lays the whole problem that we have here.
Yeah, I mean, a jury of your peers, they're not necessarily impartial. People always bring their own opinions and, you know, their own morality to the table before they hear the first shred of evidence. That's
right. Because if you're a person that believes in capital punishment, you're already willing to just throw the book at the dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the noose.
Yeah. Now, I am starting to recollect the story.
It's going to be one I want us to kind of keep up with.
It was the kid in the car that died. It was like in the middle of summer or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He claimed he forgot the kid was there, and then they did some digging into his And I talked about this on my show, by the way, your online footprint and everything you do on social media and every search, everything about that. The police are very good at what they do. It's their job to lock you up, and they will find everything you've ever done.
Man, Mike, all that tranny stuff you've looked up.
Hey, I can go in any bathroom now.
All right, man. Well, thanks for your opinion. We're going to lead on to that. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
All right, bye.
I want to lighten it up for a minute.
Hold on. So, y'all's thoughts?
Well,
could you be a great American and try to give him a fair trial? Could you?
No, he doesn't.
A kid died. No, if you have, I'm sorry, and I don't know. Well, and Alex probably he said he wouldn't be able to do it, but a kid died, and so I don't think any normal human being,
there's any evidence that could be produced that would sway your opinion from finding him guilty?
Nope.
No.
So Stephanie's
no, and it's not because I'm a mom or a child or
because you're a human being.
Yeah, the fact is, and they've already proven.
If it would have been a dog, I'd still be finding him guilty because you knew what you were doing. And I can't get out of the car without Laylee speaking or making a noise or something. I just don't.
Exactly.
Even if the baby was asleep, I still just have a hard time believing that you would just leave your kid.
And it's already been said that he was looking online,
researching how long you have to keep somebody in the car for them to die.
Even if he tried to say it wasn't me researching, it was my wife. Well, it wasn't your wife that left the kid in the car. And so even if they try to spin the video, the internet stuff, even if they try to spin it, Mike, you keep huffing. You got something to say?
Well, the point I was going to make is one in this country. Thank God we're all innocent until proven guilty. Now, this particular case, can you remain?
Can you say that?
Well, no. Can you remain impartial?
Yeah.
Can anyone remain impartial? Like Denise was just saying, if you have a kid, how are you going to go up in front of this? But I just wanted to let everybody know that there is the questionnaire for the jurors is 17 pages long.
Wow.
So, that's huge.
I just got a text from somebody that said that, yes, they could be on the jury because accidents do happen.
No, that was not an accident. He deliberately
But see, that's the catch. That's going to be, listen, calm down, Miss Emotional. That's where his lawyer is going to be trying to spin that web to catch the jury into believing it was an accident.
He deliberately wanted to get rid of the child because he didn't want he wanted to divorce his wife. He wanted the single life and he didn't want baggage.
And now what's going to happen is his lawyer's going to try to throw stuff in there about how some of this evidence was obtained illegally and has to be, excluded from all the court stuff. Well, and then he's going to say to the jury, I need you to please exclude this evidence. You shouldn't have seen it. But too late, it's already been seen.
I could lean towards, yes, it was
this
an
dude's
accident.
already been proved guilty over just the news alone.
Okay, but
as far as the jury.
Can I interject this just please real quick? I could go with that it was just an accident if not for the fact that the idiot was caught on video camera at lunchtime going back to the car.
And again, they're going to try to get that kind of stuff thrown out of court.
Yeah.
And I also got, you guys are repeating hearsay. Have they shown he's a dirtbag? Yes. Have they shown it was on purpose? No.
They showed him walking out to the car at lunchtime and looking around in the car. And then it was another 3
So what they're going to have
hours.
to do is they're going to have to make sure that all the evidence that they have that shows the premeditated part is all admissible in court.
And that's what the
prosecution,
yeah. Oh, that's what they got to do. It's the laws of our land.
Because his people are going to try to throw the evidence of all of the premeditated part. They're going to try to throw every bit of that out.
I know it's a horrible thing.
Listen,
but
Jared's done had his ass whooped into prison. What do you think is going to happen to this guy the second he makes it to prison? If he makes it to prison,
yeah,
it's a bad day in paradise for this guy. Mike, any other thoughts? I know you got interrupted a little bit. What's your thought?
Well, I'll follow it if you guys want me to.
I believe so because I had a bunch of people yesterday saying, "Man, y'all, why aren't y'all focusing on this?" Because we have a different way of looking at things than regular media, and they're like, y'all would be great at keeping up with this and actually throwing in real opinions and not just the bull crap that
Well, I can play
Fox
the
and
devil's
WSB.
advocate with it too. I mean,
Well, don't be that person because you'll end up pissing our people off.
Are they?
I just want you to be realistic and us really throw out good information because the other news teams are all,
right.
they're all deluded by other stuff.
Sure.
But have
Yeah, no problem.
we? I mean, I'm sure we haven't. Like, as the public haven't seen all of the evidence that
Of
they
course,
have.
of
Oh,
course.
of course not.
Because they're trying. I mean, they're waiting for
Yeah, I
the
mean,
trial, which it'll all come out in the trial. But they have to.
I mean, I've got a
the trial.
timeline. I'm looking at a timeline right now from that day, Steph. You see what I'm saying? By that they're actually going to. It is part of the evidence against him. So the thing that I like about this kind of stuff is that you're absolutely right. Conjecture and emotions are going to play a heavy part, but the reality of the matter is the only thing the judge and the jury should be listening to is fact, is evidence. So
Yeah.
this is going to, did OJ really do it?
Okay.
You know?
Well, because you wanted to bring up the OJ thing, remind me as soon as we get back from a break.
Okay.
I want to talk to y'all about OJ's Bronco. Y'all are going to die when y'all hear about OJ's Bronco. Is that not just like for me to even bring that up? Aren't you kind of already going, what about OJ's Bronco? What could be about OJ's Bronco? Wait till you hear this. We'll be right back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
Bronco news.
Bronco news.
And then the debate last night was freaking
awesome.
awesome.
I want to bring that up because we were watching some stuff this morning and it was like crap about Hillary and Bernie going off.
Went freaking, this was the 9th debate. The other 8, all they've talked about is how civil they've been and how the Republicans are always arguing. God, you should see last night. I thought they were going to start hanging on each other.
In just a second. Y'all got to remember there's a lot going on. And y'all are all super duper wide open this morning. I just meant with everybody firing so fast that a lot of us are getting interrupted and we aren't getting out everything.
I'm being quiet today.
I'm not talking about you. We keep having to go back to your comments. Hold. I got a microphone I have to turn on. Hold. I just told you to hold on a second. Hey, everybody, check out this song. Listen to the words. This is POD, which is a Christian band, which a lot of people don't know. All right. You want me to turn that off?
I just got. I hate to say it. Yes.
Whoa, thank you. Then quit talking. Let me get this thing turned off. All right, going back.
What now?
Nothing. Stephanie, if you're pooping, I'm killing you. Jesus Christ.
It's not me this time.
Why didn't you go upstairs? Oh my God, I'm going to kill her. Shut up. You're not supposed to do that down here.
And you're not supposed to talk in the bathroom.
And you're not supposed to tell us.
I did not do that.
Well, it is
I
you.
can.
Why would you turn the fart fan on?
That's burning
I
my.
don't want y'all to hear me peeing.
You know what?
Well, we know with that loose camel
I
toe, it's like
can't-
dropping a bucket.
Oh
of
my
rock
God.
in the damn water.
Oh, God.
Meat curtains.
Oh, please stop saying that.
What, meat curtains or camel toes? That's because you just crapped in the bathroom.
No, I didn't.
I'm telling you, this is the 3rd week.
You want me to do that?
I don't know.
The offer's there. Just let me know.
Thank you.
Go back.
New
song.
Do you want to lighten the mood for a little bit?
Got a good one on Zach Brown.
I have a good one.
What were we talking
A
about?
question.
Oh, we got to go back to what I was talking about OJ real quick,
Well,
and then we'll go to what you're
We'll see
talking
what
about.
I thought about. I mean, it's 9:20 already.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that real quick. Lighten up the mood for a minute,
Fine.
and then you want to bring this up.
You can. That ain't gonna lighten the mood up.
Well, that'll make us go over 10 o'clock.
But you just said lighten the mood up. What you have is not gonna lighten the mood up.
I have something that will lighten the
Save
mood
it for
up.
Monday.
Won't be funny on Monday.
It's not.
This
What
doesn't
she's
need to
got
be
ain't gonna be
funny.
funny anyways.
This is BS. I even think so when I'm not in Rockdale County. I have any say-so in any of the votes, you have to vote Democratic. It's not on the Republican ballot. Yep.
My water bill.
What'd you say?
Mine came in the water bill.
Oh.
That came in the water bill.
Did you look at it to see? There's no vote for sheriff on the Republican. There's no vote for commission chair. There's no vote for commissioner.
We just got a bolo for a child that's missing.
Oh my God.
I'm fixing to read it. I'm fixing to send it to Doug or Mike. I'll send it to
Did I
Doug.
get it too?
No, there's a listener sent it to me. And we're back. BACK.
You had to spell it this time.
So how about this on funny news? OJ Simpson. So
Nah.
That's funny.
who remembers OJ Simpson and thinks of anything he owns as a collectible?
The
Just
knife.
the Heisman Trophy, I
Kato.
would think.
The kids.
The kids are collectibles?
Kind of.
Maybe if you were a child abductor.
Well, I was gonna say.
Chloroform.
Well, wouldn't the Heisman Trophy be a collectible?
I think that's already gone though, isn't it? Didn't
But I mean,
So
still,
anyhow,
The car would be a collectible.
the Bronco
Which
has been stashed in a dude's garage with a cover over it.
Since '94, yes.
And yesterday there was a video circulating of where it's up for auction,
Yeah.
and that the dude selling it wants $350,000 for it.
That's crazy.
And a news reporter went and drove the actual thing, and he was just talking as he was driving it through this neighborhood how surreal it was to know that, I'm the first reporter to drive the very Bronco that OJ was running in. Of course, OJ wasn't the driver, but
No, Al
it
Collins.
was his
Collins.
Bronco, so I guess that does make him,
I met him in Augusta a couple years ago.
has nothing to do with the truck. So $350,000.
He'll probably get it.
Well,
I mean,
if
like
he's-
who wants it that bad,
Yeah.
and why?
Some
So-
idiots.
Somebody will get it. Yeah.
And what's he gonna do with the money? I mean, if I was him and was selling it, I would turn around and give the money to the victim's family.
Oh my God, have you lost your mind?
No.
Like who would do that?
God,
How
somebody
did
breaks in your-
anybody-
Wait, how did
anybody
he
that-
get it?
And I don't know. I mean, we'd have to really go research more, but
Man,
I just
somebody
saw it.
breaks in your car, you get all soft.
No, because I
Like,
thought
why
I-
would you give the
I thought
money
it was one
away
of-
if you're greedy enough to sell it for $350,000 just because you want the money?
I thought it was one of OJ's friends that had it, or ex-friends that
I
had
have
it.
no idea. This doesn't look like any of OJ's friends.
Can you do the beep beep beep? Just in.
Beep,
No,
beep, beep, beep,
just
beep, beep,
go
beep, beep.
for
This
it.
just in.
There is a bolo, critical missing juvenile. It's a 12-year-old. El Roddy's right. Let's see. Hair black, eyes brown pants is all they have. He was last seen in his home off of Westlake Cove in McDonough yesterday at approximately 5 p.m. Anybody needs to call. Anybody with information needs to call 911. So, beep 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 beep.
So I
beep.
got this about the dumbass and his son leaving him in the car. Also, we have witnesses and video that shows him taking his son into the breakfast at Chick-fil-A, as well as coming out of and checking the vehicle. He was supposed to take the son to the preschool earlier. So he's like, give me a break about defending this dirtbag.
Yep.
If I was a defense attorney, I would work against him to seek that he's given the The penalize. You know, I just sitting here shaking my head. You know, anybody that would side with this guy is a dumbass. I mean,
Message.
everybody is entitled to their opinions, and everybody that thinks their opinions is more valuable than my opinions, well, you're a dumbass too, because I'm entitled to my opinions just as much as you're entitled to yours. But, you know, if you have just honestly done something so stupid and there's already that much proof against you, you're never going to get a fair case. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I'm gonna go with the whole thing. There's laws in this country, and until they're changed, we kind of gotta say the guy is innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Duh over there picking at her face. All right,
She's not a meth head.
I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Let's go with public opinion here. She's over there scratching her face.
I don't know. Is that scratching? I
drunk.
thought her jaw was hurting.
No,
going
no,
like
she's
this.
scratching.
Oh, I
the
can
zits.
see that.
Skin that's
Yeah, it's
hanging
gonna be
off.
an open sore here in a minute.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
gosh. Mike.
What?
Okay, so I have a question for all of y'all.
Oh, brother.
Let's go.
Which celebrity would you actually vote for if they ran for president of the United States?
Bob Hope.
Scotty?
Say I was reading what Alex wrote. Say again.
Which celebrity would you actually vote for if they ran for president of the United States?
Which
Bob Hope?
celebrity?
Mm-hmm.
There isn't one.
Really?
There's not one. Just because you played a president once on a TV show, don't mean you could be a president.
So there's nobody that
I
you
would have
think-
voted. I would have voted Bill Murray if he would have really done it.
Vin Diesel.
Steph.
Because at this point, you know, I mean,
I actually have a list.
if you're gonna have to vote for a joke, you might as well vote for a comedian.
Carrot Top.
You're so funny.
You have lost your mind, woman. The dude is a steroid rage waiting to happen.
Okay, so I'm gonna
He's
go.
funny.
I'm gonna go through the top. Just say.
Can you imagine seeing a video right now of Putin beating the hell out of Carrot Top
Putin's a badass.
because
man.
Carrot Top got smart?
I'm gonna actually go through the top 20 that people voted for.
Oh, that cares till about 11 a.m.
Number 20 is Jon Stewart. Number 19 is Kevin Hart. Number 18 is Judge Judy.
Are you counting down to number one?
Yes.
Judge Judy probably could actually pull off being a president.
Too itchy.
Oh, she's too opinionated because she is, but she still would be at least closer to actually being, because, you know, the lawyer, the judge part, at least she'd have the sense enough to do it.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, though, really?
Yeah. Number 17, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, no, he was a coke addict for way too long to let him run America.
Number 16, Jay-Z.
The export and the import business would be crazy. No, Jay-Z definitely not.
Number 15, who did you say?
Oh, Bill Murray?
Yep.
I'm telling you, I just think that if you're gonna vote for a vote on the jokes that we have now, you might as well vote on one that is a joke, which is Bill Murray. At least he'd make it funny. And Bill Murray probably could take it a little more serious than the others. They wouldn't be having a big weenie contest like they do now.
Number 14 is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's too supportive of Hillary.
13 is Johnny Depp.
You know, pot would definitely be legalized.
Number 12 would be Meryl Streep.
I don't know her play. Again, these are actors. Why would they even be in the political world?
11, Tina Fey.
I mean, Judge Judy at least is not necessarily an actor, you know.
Yeah. 11 is Tina Fey. 10 is
Who is
Stephen,
Tina Fey, by the way?
an actress from The Office. She was on The Office.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was also on Saturday Night Live.
Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
10 is Stephen Colbert. 9, George Clooney. 8, Tom Hanks.
You know, Hanks is just such a good guy. You'd have to wonder.
Yeah. 7, Samuel L. Jackson.
Hell no.
6,
Could
Will
you
Smith.
imagine
What's in your wallet?
at a huge debate, all you hear is, listen, motherfucker. I mean, could you just imagine the MFers being dropped?
Yes.
We are not taking no more of your rice from China. I mean, you know, I could just.
Rice from China.
I'm just
God.
throwing out funnies. You should try that
Ooh,
sometime.
that was
I've heard
racial.
your show. Go ahead.
6
How's
is
that
Will,
racial? I wasn't making nothing. Oh my God!
Did you just slam my show?
If you will talk about racial,
You just
keep going.
slammed my show. That's
Keep going.
6.
I'm okay with it. It's the first time he's ever actually promoted my show.
Number 6 is Will Smith.
Oh,
Ooh,
And
hell
his
no! Because there's too
platform-
much. There's too much linking now. People, of course, it's public opinion, but people leaking money. You know, supposedly he's part of all this. ISIS crap.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah,
His platform would be to finally move the White House to Bel Air.
yeah.
Number 5. You ready for this one? Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, hell no.
That would be dangerous.
Her platform is everybody gets a new car.
Oh my God!
4 would be Jennifer
Let Jerry
Lawrence.
Seinfeld be there. At least we'd all get new Porsches,
4
right?
is Jennifer.
Oprah just gave away some Beamers, but hey, at least Jerry was like more about the Porsche.
4 is Jennifer Lawrence from the Hunger Games.
What is she gonna do? Take
Oh,
nudies and put it across the cloud for all of us to see again?
I certainly hope so.
3 is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Nah.
2,
He's too much of a Democratic supporter now, isn't he?
which I think this would be awesome. Number 2 is Ellen DeGeneres, which yesterday she was number 1.
Jesus.
Yesterday she was number 1, but guess who number 1 is?
How did she get beat out for number 1? See
Because
you in Tahiti.
just wait.
Somebody with testicles.
You ready?
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman,
Hell no.
Yeah, but see,
the voice of God.
yeah, but he's turned out, man, where a lot of people are now talking about his political views are so just outrageous
You
too.
know, anybody who says if Trump or whoever gets elected, I'm moving out of the country.
Do they need help packing?
I have, yeah. I have no more
Bye.
restrict. But I got an idea.
Let's
Let's do this. Let's do the top 20 politicians that you would like to see as president. Because to me, trying to see the top 20 entertainers is
Let me see.
so freaking
You
irritating.
said
But
politicians.
Oh
Is that
yes,
what?
Charlie Sheen for president.
That's
We'd
what I
have
was just about.
we would have
Oh, wait.
cocaine Monday and cocaine Wednesday.
Let me see what
and
number he
cocaine
is.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
we'd have Fiat Friday,
I mean, we would have weed legalized, prostitution would be legalized.
weed Wednesday, Taco Tuesday.
You know, alcoholic
Whoopi
beverages.
Goldberg is number 45.
Alcohol would be served out of a Coke can. I mean, out of a Coke machine on the side of the road, just like how we used to have Coke machines outside of convenience stores. How long ago was that, by the way?
Used to have beer machines in military day rooms that were Coke machines that
Good
served beer.
Lord, what a mess. You know, and I just find it funny. I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinions. And look, like, the world of Facebook has made everybody
Charlie,
become some kind of an authority on thinking they know what they think they know. I mean, it's amazing how many people spit out stuff and they really believe that they know something, and you really don't know crap. I mean, you know, it's kind of like the person that says Rockdale doesn't look the way it looks, and it's like, what window are you looking out of? Are you looking out of your kitchen window into your backyard? Because you need to find a new place to sit. All you got to do is drive around those roads in those neighborhoods that you talk so much trash about. Pull into them. Just drive through that neighborhood that you hate so bad, and look. I mean, that's all it takes is open your eyes.
Charlie Sheen is actually number 94 on the list,
Man, that
right
sucks,
in
man.
front of Snoop Dogg.
Wow, the two guys that would legalize the most. Well, Johnny Depp at least
He
made it
said
higher.
politicians at what?
Wow.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I was trying to be funny, actually, and I was saying that politicians
Trying.
that we'd actually like to see be
That
president.
would be good presidents.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to see if there's a list.
Yeah,
on that.
probably not. I mean,
There's
there is
actually a
whole-
website called Ranker.
Yeah. But there's actually this thing called the debate and the presidential campaigning, where we actually have people that are, have spent money and they're actually campaigning to be the president of the United States.
There is a list for the best U.S. presidents in the past 50 years. We can see if we agree with that.
Hold on. Let's when with Mike saying that, let's lead to that part where last night I hear
Hell
people
yeah.
asking Hillary who is funding her
Man,
her little campaign. So what happened last night?
the Democratic debate last night was the bomb. It was on CNN. It was really bad coverage, though. It seemed like the signal was having some trouble. It was overlapping. I thought they were like editing it.
Let's just actually get to the debate.
Oh, well, the Democratic debate was
I
obviously.
thought Dove
between-
reported that for a second.
I thought
You're drunk.
it was obviously Hillary Clinton. Why do they keep calling her secretary? Jeez, let it go. Madam Secretary.
Because
She
once you're
is-
president,
wait.
you're always president. You
Well,
can't-
I
well,
was
she wasn't the president.
I was fixing to
I
ask. Was she? Yes. Is she? No.
Yeah.
So then keep going.
Yeah, and then of course he's still a senator, so they call him Senator Bernie Sanders. They last night was their 9th debate. Really up until
So
last
with it
night.
being the 9th, is it getting better or getting worse?
Man, I tell you what, I thought there was going to be little fist cuffs last night.
So go on.
And tell you the honest goodness truth, I think in a physical match, I think Hillary would probably win. She looks like a dirty fighter, like a fighter.
Well, he
She's just
looks
dirty
he
altogether.
looks like he's
Yeah.
should be screaming bingo somewhere.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you ever needed a drink, like shaken not stirred, just hand it
Just
to the
hand it to
dude
him.
because he's like,
Oh my God.
I don't know
What
if
is
it's
that?
Parkinson's.
So Michael
that's-
Michael J. Fox got nothing on Bernie.
Nothing. No, in fact,
Oh.
Michael J. Fox could play Bernie in a movie. That's
Okay.
They already have a movie about him. Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay.
yeah.
So back to what actually happened last night.
Well, it started out civil. Wolf Blitzer, been around for 1,000 years. Started out civil, and they didn't really have the when your time was up. They were just kind of saying thank you and stuff like that. Wow. It took about 5 minutes before it was heated. I mean, heated.
But you mean 5 minutes into the debate?
5 minutes into
Okay.
the debate, it definitely. I mean, the big topics last night where they disagree on, obviously Wall Street. The rumor is that Hillary gets a lot of money from the big guys. Bernie doesn't. Bernie says he's basically collected about $8 million from average of $27 donations. So that's a tremendous amount of people donating. Bernie had some great points last night. I hate Hillary and I hate her existence, basically.
I just got told this. You maintain your title of your highest office
I know.
in the political world.
Yeah, I know.
So in my mind, Monica Lewinsky still referred to as a hoe. And if you call it the highest office, that makes her an oval hoe. Is that correct?
Not to be confused with Ovaltine.
I mean, was that
That's beautiful.
write that
hoe.
one down? Oval hoe. Right? Because that's the highest office she made it to was the
After 9
Oval
o'clock,
Office,
we
right?
have to be good.
I'm being good. There's nothing dirty coming out of my mouth. She made it to the Oval Office, and she's a hoe. So she's the Oval hoe. I'm sorry. I just had to go there.
The debate was pretty good.
How was that debate again, sir?
They're not Ovaltine. But Oval.
Well, wait, Ovaltine, isn't that what old people take?
No.
Because that old president sure did. I'm just saying.
Ovaltine.
Keep
is
going,
the-
Mike. Just go back to the debate. I was just strictly
Okay.
making one-liners.
Yeah, buddy.
Kind of like your
Um,
date life. One dates.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do a lot of second dating.
One-liners.
1 minute, 1 hour. Come on back to the
Well,
debate.
until the chloroform wears off. So they had some good topics. She had made a comment, and of course, I'm a gun guy, so this one kind of really hit home. Is she said that the majority of the guns used in crimes in New York, which obviously the debate last night was in Brooklyn, the majority of the guns that are used in crimes in New York come from Vermont. Well, that's Bernie's state. That's his home state, Vermont.
Well, how can they say it comes from
know.
Vermont? Like,
Well-
do we have a gun tracer?
Well, I guess
They're shooting tracing rounds, right?
I guess they can in some way, shape, or form on registration, but we all know how loose that is. Okay, so Bernie throws back at her like 1.3% of the guns. So she's like backpedaling on it because it's so amazing that when they get caught, and they get asked in front of all those people about comments they'd actually made, how obvious it was that she was deflecting. And Bernie just wouldn't give up on certain things, and not just the guns, but throughout the night, he would constantly do the whole, yeah, but what about that $225,000 the Lehman Sachs paid you for a speech? Is that on your tax forms? And it was really funny when they brought up his taxes because his wife is sitting in the audience, Jan,
Right.
and they're like, "Well, why haven't you released your tax forms?" He goes, "Well, Jan does our taxes," and he points at his wife. She's dying laughing, and he goes, "Let me assure you, it's not that exciting. I'm a senator." and that's their only income. So he's supposed to release.
Yeah, but doesn't he make money for speeches
Nope.
and all this other stuff he goes to do?
He does not accept any pay for that.
Bernie doesn't.
Bernie doesn't.
Huh.
Frickin' Hillary does.
Yeah, because I mean, I just knew that some of these other people were getting paid all sorts of weird
Hillary
things.
and her husband, which I guess I'm supposed to refer to as president, but or would he be the?
He would be the oval hoe too.
Yeah, version 2.0.
Or oval pimp
or oval receiver or something. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be like a
wide receiver?
That would be a receiver hitch.
What do you call somebody who
pickup
smokes cigars? I mean, an aficionado,
a toker, a midnight choker. Is that what that
That's
song
what Monica
says?
was
I thought that's what the song was.
Wow. So yeah, if it's obviously,
like I got the humming of the song in my head, but I can't get the words out.
Play my music in the sun. That's in the song.
See, I had the music in my head. She thought all of a sudden we were doing karaoke.
Man, that hurt a
I
little bit.
got the music in me.
But I thought it
play
was, and though I'm a diehard Republican, I thought it was a very interesting Democratic debate last night. And if you asked for a winner or a loser, I would say Bernie.
You are a loser.
I think Bernie kicked her proverbial.
What sucks is
Jedi
either
dressing
one of them
ass.
idiots can still be doing what they're doing.
You know what I saw last night?
Even dumb people, I guess, have to be able to vote for somebody.
Yeah. You know what I saw last night, Scotty? I'll be honest with you, because there's a big thing now, because we're getting down to the wire, is that people keep saying, well, Trump can't beat Hillary or Cruz can't beat Bernie. This is what I saw last night. Seriously. And everybody knows I'm a Trump supporter, but I say either Trump or Cruz will absolutely positively be able to battle.
I pray it's one of them.
Either one of those
that makes it the president.
Well, yeah,
either one of them, but we just can't get the big D in the office, and that's not that's not
I'm not
Democrat.
trying to get in the office.
That's not what I heard. So yeah,
Bernie's insane, wanting to give money away, and Hillary's a crook. I mean, our choices are so very limited.
I don't see a Democratic win, because everybody's so worried about, oh, Hillary will shred him in a debate. Last night I didn't see that. I saw somebody who looked scared.
And I try not to get into the whole Democrat Republican thing. I hate the labels on it. I'm just saying the two folks that are unfortunately running in that party, one's a crook and one wants to give everything away, and I just don't get it. I just don't.
And he's been called on the carpet here lately about how he's going to fund these things, and he doesn't really have much of an answer, but he is. We got a tree. It's planted right out in the backyard. We just picked the money right off of it. I'm kind of proud of the guy because he is right. He's going to end up dead, but he's right in her face.
I hope he at least blows her out of the water, and then we know he won't stand a chance to Cruz.
Man, Bernie and Trump on the same stage would be comical, actually. It truthfully would. It would just
be a wicked hair experience.
Yeah, man. And there'd be some shaking and some fluffing.
Right. Hey, we got to shoot off the commercial. We'll be right back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning.
See ya.
Oh, buddy. I ain't be able to ride my bike this week because it's damn rain.
They're talking about 40% rain today.
So we're talking about bullies in school. This woman found out that her daughter, which is a self-proclaimed fashionista in 4th grade, was making fun of somebody. So they went to a local thrift store and were making a game out of it to pick out the ugliest clothes at the thrift store, and unbeknownst to her, she was going to be wearing those clothes to school for making fun of somebody else.
Cool. Man, you know what? When we talked about bullying the other day, I was kind of surprised because I thought that had really passed because I talked to my kids about it all the time. So I talked to Dino about it again, and up in Loganville, now this is Walton County, up in Loganville, let me freaking tell you that he says if you use the word bully, they come down on you. He said,
when we come back, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a Facebook page because he said he doesn't want to have to go through the rigmarole because people obviously, rag on each other on Facebook. And he refuses to have a Facebook page because it gets brought up all the time in school.
Right.
I play my
Another one of those.
I know. David's like, "Are you gonna not take it?" David was like, "Are you gonna cancel the membership?" I was like, "I can. It's a year membership."
I gotta say, I thought they had a song.
We just gotten busy,
Yeah,
but
they
we
don't
all
have
need
a
to start
song.
going. Like I can tell
Are you
I haven't been
farting?
doing my no, I can tell I haven't been doing my squats, man. Morning, I used to do my squats while awake on the call. I mean, this hurts right now because I haven't been doing them. I've got to get myself back in shape. But see, my knee kept hurting. And Crystal said, "Do you think the squats is what's making your knee?" I quit doing them. But I mean, right here, golly, I can tell.
I have a Coke in the car.
Did you run and go get it?
He's Budweising it first thing. It's after 9.
I've been up
All right, let's go back to the show. Here, hold on. Shh.
Hold on.
Let's hear that part.
No.
No, I just want to put it on my head.
I'm doing you wrong.
Product placement. Don't
So
shine
good.
the label to the
I'm
camera.
not. I just feel good.
Don't you worry, baby.
When music was music, man.
Yes.
Right here, right
And when
here,
she
right
didn't
here.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
We're all supposed to.
I'm a joker. I'm a thinker.
I'm a lover.
And I'm a sinner.
I play my music in the sun. Smoker.
I'm a stroker. Oh,
I'm a
smoker. Sorry.
midnight child. I should have been
On the run. Are we gonna do the bonfire thing?
And we're back, man. We're down to minutes. So we were talking about bullying in school. How about this? I know a young lady that has been bullied for quite some time in her school now, and as of now, the school is asking her to not come to school for her
Jesus.
for her
For her
own
safety?
for her own
What?
safety
Oh my
instead
God.
of trying to figure out what to do with the kids. But the kids have only made threats. They've not physically done anything yet, so we can't punish the kids because they haven't actually done anything. But the girl is terrified to go to school.
Wow.
So it's easier for the school to say, let's just screw up her education
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and let one person sit home because we don't want to punish 4 people for doing wrongdoings.
Wow.
So she's trying to go to school to better herself, to
To
get
do
an
what's right.
education.
Yeah,
yes.
she was, yes.
And now, not only is she this is the way I'm looking at it.
She can't even go to her own
Um,
school dance because they said it would just be safer for her to stay home.
So not only is she being bullied by these kids, she's
teachers are
now
pretty much doing
being
it too.
bullied by the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way I see
That's
it.
right.
Wow, that's a good point. Bullied by the system.
Bullied by the system.
How about
Yeah.
that?
And it's taken everything in my might for me not to go down there.
Because I don't want to deal with.
Because I won't go down there. I'll just turn the camera on and let them run their mouth.
God,
Yeah.
you're kidding.
Yeah.
I would love to have video footage of a principal saying, for her own safety, we're just not going to allow her to come here because we're too pussy to do anything
Here it
to
is.
the people at school who are causing the problems.
Yeah, but you see what's going on here, right? It's the easy way out.
It's the easy way out.
Mhm.
We don't want to offend those 4 other precious little toddlers.
But that's also showing them that it's okay for them to do what they're doing.
Yes.
If they have if there's no punishment for them doing what they're doing.
And my problem is if 4 students walked up to attack this girl, I believe she has every right to pick up a brick and just start breaking teeth and jaws.
No, but
but
like-
then she'll be the one in trouble.
But my thing is even their way of dealing with a bully is asking the bully to just leave the school. I mean, so that kid's
no,
gonna
they're
go
not even
somewhere
asking
else.
the bully to leave the school. They're asking
No,
them
there's, but I know somebody who the person that was bullying was asked to leave the school, and so they're not even dealing.
All
with
you're
it. They're
doing
just
is sending
getting
the
rid of
problem to somebody else.
and sending it.
Well,
somewhere
it's
else.
kind of it's kind of like that recording studio when they're saying we're going to force the recording studio to to close out of our town so they can go somewhere else. So you're not fixing the problem. You're just going to send it somewhere else.
Right.
And not that I'm trying to change subjects, but I'm using that as an example. It blows my mind. The wussification of America is almost complete. Please elect Bernie Sanders in to just wrap it on up and put a turd on a bow. What the hell is wrong with these people? If you've got a kid and you have all this stuff that's been typed on Facebook, printed out, where the kids have been bullying this girl, and she now fears for her safety in the school, instead of the school saying, well, just don't come here because you're not safe. What happened to the fact of when school used to be safe and the teachers, AKA principals and assistant principals, all these people actually gave a crap about protecting your child?
Well, I had an incident that I went through with Sarah when she was in middle school, where it was actually the teacher actually helped the kids bully her. There was a picture that was taken on the bus. Sarah was falling.
Where's the nun that makes you hold your hands out and they smack your hand with a ruler for typing stupid stuff?
Yeah, well, there was a picture that was taken of Sarah falling, and she had a funny look on her face. Well, the girl that took it gave it to the teacher. The teacher, in turn, herself thought it was funny and posted it on the wall. Sarah came home crying because she told me that she asked the teacher to take it down, and the teacher said, oh, no, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that picture. If it made my child feel uncomfortable enough to where she came to you, take it down. So when she came home crying, you best believe Mama Bear was up there the next day. And I informed the teacher that, I didn't appreciate that if the child came to you and said that made me feel uncomfortable, that made me feel laughed at, you should have taken it down and not went ahead and left it up. And we got the principal involved. Needless to say, the picture was taken down and my child was transferred out of that class.
See, my problem is now you have this parent that's being told to take her kid out of school, and she's going to be forced to have to go financially pay for her child to either homeschool or private school, because the system sucks.
It does.
And I don't get it. I just don't understand. I remember when I went to Indian Creek Elementary, there was a circle turnaround on the back side of school that my daycare picked us up. And I was first or second grade. And I'd always been told by my father, who was a cop, and my grandfather, who was a cop, if somebody bigger, badder, meaner, faster than you comes at you, just know their intentions are to hurt you. Their intentions are not to roll around and tickle you. Their intentions are to hurt you. So if you feel that they're fixing to get you, pick up a stick or pick up a brick and just wail on them. So I was standing in this little cul-de-sac where we always got picked up behind the school for the daycare. And there was a boy named Jay Harris that was a couple of grades older than us. That was always picking on us. Well, this one particular day, it was pouring down raining, and the only place we could stand to not get wet was the loading dock area on the back of the cafeteria. So you got to figure a loading dock's what, 4-something feet off the ground, where the milk truck would back up, where the food trucks would deliver all the food. So we're standing up there on this back little mezzanine area, and this boy kept messing with me, trying to push me out from under the roof where the rain would just pour right off the gutter and onto me. And I finally had enough. And when his back was turned, I pushed him right in the center of his chest. He went right off the loading dock, landed right on his back in a big puddle of water on the asphalt. I got in trouble. So did he.
Was it worth it?
Yes. And then what was funny is several years later, I was then going to another elementary school in Farrington, and he showed up. And he was going to start doing the whole bullying and picking again. And we were outside on the playground area, and I picked up a rock as he walked towards me. I said, "You remember what happened last time?" I said, "So if you come on, just know I'm putting this right in your mouth." And he never bothered me again. We ended up in high school. He wouldn't even speak to me in high school because at this point we were larger, and he knew I wasn't going to put up with it. I find that it's sad that I was pushed to the point to do what I had to do. I find it sad that these people are being pushed to where they are. How about this? Does everybody remember 15 years ago? It's actually 17 years ago about the boy at Heritage High School.
Yeah.
I want an interview with him.
TJ Solomon.
And everybody's questioning why I want an interview with him. And I said, the reason is he was bullied.
Yep.
I want to hear out of his own mouth what drove him to the point to do what he did, because he snapped.
Yeah.
But it was because of the crap he put up with.
Yep.
Just like this young girl I'm speaking of. The school isn't doing anything to the people bullying her, and they're forcing her to leave the school. What if she stayed? Would she eventually snap? Would she end up taking a pencil and running it through somebody's esophagus when she got pissed off? I don't understand why the system is broken to the point that it is. These are supposed to be our kids that we're supposed to be protecting.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't protect the kids that are being.
Well,
bullied.
Look, I was dangerous. I shot a kid with a PB gun one time. I got home. He pissed me off. I leaned out the window. As he rode by on his bicycle, pop, shot him with a pellet gun.
I did that.
I slammed the girl's face into the mirror in the bathroom because she wouldn't leave me alone.
Because I always said, you might get away with it now, but I'm going to get you later. Go for it, man.
I have 3 children, and my daughter, Roseanne, who's now going back probably to the sheriff's office. So she's always been able to handle herself. Then I have Max, who's really, really smart. He's up Southern Poly. There was really never any conflict in school. My youngest, Santino, is 13 now. He goes to school up in Walton County. So I've talked to all of them about bullying because I think everybody understands my point of view. Military Mike's point of view is that you defend yourself and you defend others.
You don't go out and start it, but if it comes your way, you gotta justify it.
And the school has called before, like with Roseanne, and I just went, well, okay, well, you're stupid. I'll take my daughter out of school, no problem. To get to the point I'm trying to make here is that I've talked to Dino extensively about this, and he said in Walton County, if you even say the word bully, the bully police come out of the woodwork. He said he's 13 years old. He does not have a Facebook page because he says it's brought up all the time in school that somebody's bullying somebody on Facebook, and it's played out in school with the educators.
Explain, because in this law, I'm lost in everything you're saying. When you say the bully police come out, what are you saying in English?
He's saying that if you even mention it, you're in trouble. So you guys are talking about physical altercations.
Hold on. So I'm trying to make sure I can catch what you're saying so other listeners do. So you're saying if he went to a teacher and said, I'm being bullied, they are on it?
Like
they stop it.
Like stink on rice.
Okay, then why are these other systems
I don't know.
not doing
Isn't that weird?
But that's awesome. I'm happy for Walton County for doing that.
He said now look.
I mean, look at the deaths, the suicides that happened due to all this.
Oh, I know, but I mean that was happening when you and I were growing
They're either going to snap and kill themselves or kill somebody else.
But remember when I went to Stone Mountain, I went to Clarkston, I was in that area, Redan.
Stone Mountain's the only one I didn't go to. Now I was in it, but I was forced to leave.
Right. Now, okay. Now get this. When you were now we didn't have middle school. We did, but I didn't go to it. But 8th grade, when you showed up to high school as a worm, as an 8th grader, and we called them worms, and I was a worm, 10th, 11th, and 12th, they picked on you.
Yes, that was normal. But then none of them hurt you, though.
Right.
All that.
What, a wedgie? I mean, a wedgie.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw guys' underwear pulled up over their heads.
But nobody was out in the parking lot beating you with a stick.
Swirlies, cigarette burns.
Well, see, we didn't see any of that. I mean, mostly the picking on that was done because I was a jock in high school. And
what the hell was you jocking?
I played soccer. Thank you very much. I wasn't always this size.
I'm sorry. Go for it. You confused me. Is that Stephanie talking?
You rode horses?
I got a voice coming through my headphones, but I swear I don't see the person that said that they were a jock.
I'll show you pictures.
You were a jock strap.
No, I don't think so. I'll show you pictures. But anyways,
she got the trophy for just attending. Keep going.
I think so. You. I was known as the Terminator. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's because your mouth looks like a blender.
Anyways, we just.
I love you.
We just picked
I got to tell you now because when this microphone turns off, you're gonna kill me.
We didn't do things.
We're going
there's no show on Monday. No, you know why?
There's going to be a show till midnight tonight. We are not turning these microphones off on the fact that I'm scared.
Like knocking books out of people's hands.
Yeah, that's like what I mean. Wedgies, purple nurples.
Most of the
what is that?
Willies,
most of the stupid things that I have spoken about that has ever happened at school had stuff to do with outside of school. We never just had problems in school like this.
Right. I mean, we had issues with other schools.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain and Clarkston.
Oh, Avondale and Towers, man.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
That was a rival always.
Yeah, but that was mostly like football issues. Yeah. I mean, like
girls. Not the Terminator so much, but
You're
look.
drunk.
When I was in one,
Yeah, literally.
yeah, well,
He's drinking a beer at 9:59.
well, you don't know
And
that.
it's
I got
not
the
me.
label. I got the label turned this way. I've been up all night, so it doesn't matter. Get this.
And not from a blue pill.
When I was going to Clarkston, I was dating a girl from Towers, one of the cheerleaders. Now, here's the thing. The girl from Towers was a little preppy little girl, wore cheerleading outfit every Friday. And then you got me with long hair wearing dark clothes. You can imagine what it would. Oh,
it was
God,
the 80s, man.
Yeah,
we all did.
Yeah, my hair was as long as yours.
I mean, I was going to say mine was that length too.
Yeah. So here I am sitting in the stands of a football game at Towers. And she's, doing her cheer. And then after her chair, she's waving at me. I'm waving at her. You know what the football players felt about that? They didn't like that.
Waving at my girl.
Yeah. They didn't like that.
Yeah.
Why is that freak, looking at one of our cheerleaders?
Right.
And there were some tense times, but I mean, there wasn't people pulling guns or.
And see, in Avondale and even at Lithonia, we had the preps against the heads. Or the jocks against the heads. Yeah, because usually what it was is if you were the redneck guys or the preps or the jocks, they were always the three that were always against the what they called the heads, which were either the potheads, the smokers, or the metalheads. They just always wanted to start crap with us. And the problem is because most of those cats were always the smaller people, but we were also the ones that would be a little more ruthless. So like I kind of do what I do now. I mingle between everybody. It was kind of a good medium because I could kind of keep a lot of the fights from happening. And it wasn't really fights. It was picking. But, truthfully, it was, I guess you could call it bullying, but it wasn't like this. Like I think Facebook's just made it a little more, a little worse, I guess.
I mean,
I don't know how Facebook.
How about the gang mentality? I think Facebook brings on the gang mentality.
Yeah, because now instead of one, there's 50 attacking somebody.
Yeah, and see, I never knew of any gangs when I was in school, and we never there was never this one person that everybody made fun of.
I got in Newton. It was the preps against the rednecks.
Yeah, see, there was always that.
There's always going to be
like
that.
But then again, though, I went to high school at Shamrock, so I mean. There really wasn't.
And all of us in DeKalb County were against Shamrock.
Yes.
Everybody hated Shamrock.
South DeKalb, too.
God. Oh, yes.
Everybody hated South DeKalb.
SWD, man. Everybody hated Southwest DeKalb.
I am here to tell you.
Even Shamrock hated Southwest DeKalb.
When we were playing them in football, there was a guy that
Yeah,
actually
man,
showed me a picture of his kids. Oh, Jesus. South DeKalb was brutal.
And like Panthersville Stadium, nobody even wanted to go there.
Yeah, they had like 19-year-old seniors.
Yeah.
Playing on their senior football team.
Yeah.
Grown men at this point.
Beards, all that crap. It was ridiculous.
Four baby mamas on the side of the sideline holding up their kids.
Baby mama.
And they had little, letters painted on the babies' bellies. Holding them up there like signs.
And they had letters painted on their bellies.
Do you know that the city of Decatur, I wired, because I was an electrician at the time, I wired the very first daycare center ever put in a high school, and that was City of Decatur.
Oh, my God.
City of Decatur High School was the first high school in Georgia that got a daycare for their children. Because so many students were having to leave school for due to being pregnant, and then they couldn't come back to school to further their education. So the City of Decatur decided to build a daycare center in the high school for the parents.
I remember one girl was pregnant in our high school, and she was shunned like a Salem witch.
Oh yeah,
I remember that too. Back in the day,
too.
One girl, and she was forced out of school and everything. It was.
What are you watching over there, Mike?
We're gonna get out of here. It's 10:03.
This is kind of weird. They're pouring hot cast aluminum.
Yeah, but why during the show? But why during the show?
I'm just keeping myself.
Yeah, that's actually cool. Wait till they tear that down. They sell these little things as statues.
Really, this is neat.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here, man. We covered a lot of big topics today. We tried to keep it lighthearted. It's hard to do that. Can I ask you what as I'm closing this out?
Waiting for you to be done so I can shut up.
Go.
Tomorrow night up at Gravity Craft and Homebrew Supply is wine tasting, and it's a glass making. What am I trying? Garden steaks.
All right, one more time.
7 to 9. Gravity Craft and Homebrew Supply, wine tasting and garden steaks glass class.
Okay.
7 to 9, $25 per person. We have new wines to try, so make it up there, please.
So we covered a lot of great topics today, and some of it was serious. We tried to find lighthearted stuff to joke about in between, but hey, it's Friday. It's kind of a recap of everything that happened this week. Now, has anybody got anything that's happening this weekend?
Yes, I do.
I just told you.
I know. I was getting to there. What do you have?
Ashley's prom.
Can you please turn that off till after the show?
I'm sorry. I thought I turned it down.
My tassel fell off.
Ashley's very last prom at Heritage High School is Saturday. And she has a date. It's going to be so cute. I got to see his outfit, and he's going to match her dress, and it's going to be so sweet. And I'm going to post lots of pictures and videos.
What was his name again? I'm sorry.
His name is David.
David. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband's going with Ashley?
Yes, he is. He's cheating on you with the
Talking
best thing
about
ever.
your husband, I saw a picture of you and your husband, and you were shooting a 30-30.
I was.
And you know that when you bend your back that way, and
She
you
just
shoot-
stands that way, though.
Yeah, I know. You're going to hurt yourself. You lean forward. You make a reverse C, not a C. You're going to hurt yourself shooting like that. You're going to
You put you put yourself at a good angle is all it is.
Yeah, you lean forward into that stuff.
But regardless, it was great to see you shooting a gun. Thanks for teaching.
Exercising your
Yeah, I need-
Second Amendment right. We all need to go to the range and just do a little
We did that before. You didn't show up.
I need to go. I need to get with you and go, especially after what happened.
And Crystal's asking for a new new pistol.
And
she's got a
am I-
revolver, and she says that she just wants. So
Okay.
how about this? Let's have this. We're going to do a quick debate.
Okay.
This is going to piss everybody off. So I said to my wife, "Do you need to carry my gun?" She says, "I've never shot your gun." I went,
then she does not need to.
"Hold." I said, "Who cares? Just take it with you." Well, I would never shoot it if I've never shot that gun before. I went, if somebody walks up to you, you pull it, you shove it in their gut, you pull the trigger. I don't care if you've ever shot a gun before. If you're getting mugged, pull the trigger. And she's like, "Oh no, if I've never shot the gun before, I would get mugged. I wouldn't pull the trigger." I'm like, Jesus Christ, you just pull the gun and you shoot the idiot trying to mug you. She's like, "No, I would never do that." That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life.
You know what? I'm proud of her for saying that.
Not me, because I would have a mugged wife.
Well, I know, but she is right. You gotta. I mean, if you're gonna carry a handgun, let's be extremely responsible about it. Let's
So
train
would
it.
you
Let's
not
know
throw
all
a
that.
hand grenade because you've never thrown that hand grenade?
No, I've thrown plenty of hand grenades. I used to give them to little kids.
But you would pick up a tramp in a bar and mess with her, even though you've never messed with her before. If your life is
He always
dependent of
bullies
this,
me.
if your life is dependent on pulling that trigger, I find no reason not to pull the trigger. I can't get that mentality. I don't get it.
Well, I think Crystal's being honest and just saying that she wouldn't be familiar with the weapon.
I know she's being honest, but look where you would be.
I know.
Pull the trigger, man.
I got an idea.
But me personally, I'd rather have one, even though I haven't shot it before, because I know you just have to pull a trigger. I'd rather
Do
have
you?
it and not need it.
Yeah, because she's like, I don't know what I would do. I said,
Then,
pull the trigger. That's all you got to do. Pull the trigger.
I mean,
Do you?
I know I've shot enough guns to know, like, take a safety off.
You don't even got to do that with my Glock. You just pull the trigger.
Do you? All you gotta do is pull that trigger.
Hey, don't put
After
that
you
thing at
pull it
me.
out of the I mean,
Can you
after
get it
pull
out of that holster?
I don't know.
Yeah. See, you see what I'm getting at? And there's not one in the tube. So one.
And I find that to be insane too. I
I know,
mean, I
I know.
used to believe that I didn't have to have one in the chamber because I
No.
always in my mind thought I could slide one in the chamber as fast as it takes. But
It's-
after watching several of
Yeah.
the instructional videos, it
it's a
actually
decision.
takes a couple more seconds to
Yeah.
throw one in the chamber that could actually save your life.
The point I'm trying to make here is one, if you're not familiar with this weapon and this holster, it's a level 3 holster. You're gonna have to do a couple things just to get it out of the holster. 2, there's not one in the chamber, which you should always treat a weapon as it is loaded, but there truthfully is not one in the chamber. What if I didn't have the magazine in there either?
Yeah, but see, I don't roll like that.
I know.
All you'd
but
have to
I'm
do is just-
talking-
I know, but I'm using that in my, for instance. All you have to do is pull the trigger.
Why do you carry it without one in the chamber?
That's a discussion for a whole nother day, sweetie.
So
That's the way
it's
I
just
train
it's
people.
just those
Yeah.
thoughts is why I was bringing it up, because it really was a sad situation that my wife actually felt where she went that she had to have a gun,
Yeah.
and it's a sad
Well-
it's a sad situation when in your mind you're going, holy cow, I'm not going there without a gun.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
my whole life, because of what I do for a living, my whole life is I don't go somewhere without a gun, but that's because of the choices I made in the business I'm in.
Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Alex is very familiar with weapons as well. Has a little bit different teaching and different, objectives, but that's irrelevant. I'm going to go ahead and volunteer my time. If anybody listening, if anybody on the staff here, anybody watching, whatever, if you would like to have what I refer to as basic introductory lessons, just let me know. You're going to have to pay for the range time. You're going to have to pay for the ammo and your targets, but you don't have to pay for me. All right. And I will get you comfortable with your weapon. You'll still have your own responsibility to go on I say people should go at a minimum once a month to the range.
And with me, I'm not going to show you how to use nothing. I'm just going to take you into the hood and show you why you need one.
Yeah, that's a different trip.
I'm just going to take you where I went yesterday. And where I went in there yesterday, I had 3 people looking at me like, are you lost?
Yeah.
You have no business in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I'll take you in that place for you to go, holy crap, give me a gun.
Yeah, definitely. I know you and I can take people to places that you'll just sit there and go, oh, God, please tell me you have your gun on you. I used to carry my gun. I used to go to the Fox. I love live performances. I used to go to the Fox all the time. And, when you're in a suit, it's hard to conceal a weapon on your hip. So I started going to an under shoulder holster under my arm.
Right. And I've got one of those, but my problem is I can't
holder?
stand how my shirt feels when I'm wearing underarm.
Hell,
I just got, honestly, Scotty, I believe, that she's thinking responsible. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is I grew up in the hood and I know milliseconds matter.
I know.
Not just seconds, milliseconds matter. I mean, I've been on Ellis and Piedmont when I've had a dude put a 38 up to my gut. I've had situations where I've had all these things where those seconds matter. So, I just see it differently because I've been there.
And for you, Mike, Alex just said that he recommends people actually taking you up on that.
Okay.
That you are a very good instructor.
I just got what good is an unloaded?
That's the nicest.
What good is an unloaded cannon?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot.
And then
of
Raven's Renovations. Now I'm gonna tell a quick story because I know we got to get out of here. He says, "Come to work with me, and she'll use it." He was at a place not too long ago that as he walked out to his truck, 2 boys walked up.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, one of the boys didn't really know what was fixing to happen, but the 2 boys start demanding the dude give up his wallet.
Wow.
And then one of them pulls out a gun. So the criminal B is looking at criminal A like, oh, crap, I didn't know you had a gun. They strong-armed robbed Chris, standing there.
Oh, my God.
Standing there. And all he in his truck was what? 40 feet from the front door of the house he was working on.
Jesus.
So he walks out to the truck to grab something out of the truck. 2 teenagers walk up and rob him right then and there.
Well, you know what's going to change that in our communities? People,
beat downs. No,
people freaking getting their permits and carrying weapons. I hate it. I'm sorry, but I've seen third world countries.
It has to get to that.
Well, when I was sitting at that Lowe's and I made sure my gun was seen. The guys that saw me getting $800 out of the ATM didn't mess with me at that point.
Yeah, when they see that gun, they're going to change their mind.
They changed their mind.
Because you know what?
Point blank.
You just got to be brave enough to draw that weapon and look at somebody and go, okay, who's first? Who wants to die first?
And
well, it's kind of like what I told the guys that followed me out to my car one day. I had a bunch of guys and I pulled out a 28-ounce framing hammer, an E-swing, and I just kind of said, look, I'm taking out one of you. Y'all are gonna beat the hell out of me, but I'm gonna hurt one of you. And they backed off. And I told them, I said, y'all might get away with it today, but I'm gonna come find you tonight. And they never messed with me again.
And I think it's really important that you put yourself in a stressful situation every once in a while, just to understand how you're going to act. And part of my training is to do that one day. On the range, I will start yelling and screaming at you while you're shooting. And you will feel that stress build up, and you'll see how it affects your aim and concentration.
Well, and Alex did that to me when we were shooting. He was sitting there smacking me on the back on my shoulder while I was trying to shoot.
Well, I just got a text at the same time I was fixing to say this. Everybody needs to go join GeorgiaCarry.org.
We did this weekend.
They are helping to fight for us to keep our rights. They do this every day with the legislate. I can't get it out of my mouth.
Legislative.
Yes.
Legislation.
But everybody needs to go do that.
Great idea. That and the NRA, folks.
GeorgiaCarry.org, man. My buddy Jude. That's
$10 you can get an associate membership.
Yeah. I got a nice
With the
sticker on
NRA?
the big magnet on my refrigerator.
Yeah. Hey, look,
I just got go to work with me in Clayton County.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine what it's like to have to go to work in some of these towns now?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, where you're wearing your tool belt and a weapon.
Look, we got to get out of here. What, Steph?
I guess I'm supposed to ask this. If anyone has a holster for a 38 that they want to sell cheap.
Oh, come on, man. You can get a holster for a 38 online.
That's
for
nothing.
$10.
Who needs that?
Me, apparently.
Oh. I need to show you. I need to show you this thing upstairs. I call it the sock. It's made by Uncle Mike's, and it's this nice material, almost like velvet, and it has a little belt clip to hold the gun behind your belt line, right at your gut.
Yeah.
And it slides that gun completely out so friggin' fast and smooth. But you also, because of the material it's made, it doesn't have the shape of a holster, so it doesn't look like you're carrying a gun. It's actually really cool.
What does it look like you're carrying?
I can carry that 38 and you don't even know I've got it on me.
Well, first I need to get a carrying permit.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
I don't
get a
even
permit.
have
So listen,
Get a permit.
I want to cover this. We are very what would be the word? We contradict a lot of our own words here on Just for Fun Radio because we're trying to tell you to don't be bullies, but at the same time, we're telling you to defend yourself. We're telling you to make a better society by trying to do this and trying to do that. But then you do hear us turn around and say, you got to be able to protect yourself. Bottom line is this. Our world's changing. There's people that are having nothing but 100% intentions on hurting you, stealing from you. You have to do what you have to do to protect yourself. I would love for us to all live in a town like Mayberry used to be, where it was safe. You didn't have to lock your doors. I would love for that, but that's not the reality in which we live in. I need all of us to kind of focus on what the reality really is to make your neighborhoods better. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there because I've had somebody go, man, y'all sure contradict some of the stuff you say. Well, that means you're really not listening.
Right.
Yeah.
That means you really haven't been listening to the show. It really means you're really not paying attention to us. And it really means you don't even really know who we are because we're only trying to help protect the world. We want to change it, of course, but in the process of changing it, we're still stuck in the situation that we are in right now until we can change the situation.
Can I interject something?
Hurry.
I just want to say, and I'm only saying this because, of what happened to me. I've lived in this county since 2001. Never, ever was anything broken into, stolen. And I guess I put on that mentality, it's not going to happen to me.
Yeah, but it's happening every day.
And look what happened last night.
I mean, just this week alone, we've already had another shooting. And just last week, we had shootings.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was told yesterday, and I didn't know this, that there was shots fired here on Underwood the other night.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
You serious?
And 6 rounds were found laying down on the ground.
Well, my point, I was just going to.
So now are we having drive-bys now? Because it was right there on the street.
Yeah, it is happening out there. You need to be more aware of your surroundings. We need to come together as a community if we want this to stop. That's all.
Also, the person that was on the bridge yesterday trying to jump wasn't a man. It was a female. She's had a really, I actually spoke to one of the officers last night. She's had a really bad life, and that's what led her to where she was last night. Help she needs.
I hope so.
Yeah. It just so happened to be, I just happened to drive past it as it was happening.
Yep.
All right. Is that it, everybody?
Yes.
Gravity?
Tomorrow night, wine tasting at 7:00.
Tomorrow or Saturday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Duh. I'm thinking
I'm
today
so
is
glad
Thursday.
the show is over.
Oh my God.
Did you just catch that, Mike? Mike's got a look of confusion. Take another sip of that beer, buddy.
Anyway,
you need to wash that one down.
Tomorrow,
Take a big
up
sip.
at Gravity, Craft and Humbry Supply, 7
Is
to
that on
9.
Saturday? Saturday. Making sure.
I love it. I love
the
it.
day after tomorrow.
I just want to tell all my peeps, I love you guys.
Saturday.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I love you guys. I love everybody. For me to be such a, my wife says, you're just an ass sometimes to people.
Yes.
And I'm like, because sometimes I'm just like, but I mean, I love everybody. I just want to choke a third of the population.
Especially me, though.
Maybe
third.
maybe 2/4 of the population. I don't
that
know.
side.
Did you just call me 50 Cent?
You're worth 50 cents.
You said 2/4.
Look at me. That's what I'm gonna start calling
Call
you.
me 50.
Instead of calling you 50 Cent, I'm gonna start calling you 2 quotas.
Hey,
Two dimes or 4 dimes and 2 nickels.
That's right.
She almost got it wrong.
Instead of calling him Tupac, I'm gonna be like, "What's up, 2 nickel?"
No, I was gonna say 2 dimes and a nickel times 2, but I figured that would be a little more
Instead
confusing.
of calling him dime bag, I'm gonna call him lint pocket. What's up, lint pocket? Steph is actually trying to perform mathematical equations right now. Everybody be careful, as her brain might be smoking as she sets my headphones on fire.
2 dimes, a quarter, and a nickel, and a 4 pesos,
2
and
dimes
a drachma.
And a
What's
2
up?
dimes and a nickel times 2.
What's up, change purse?
Yeah. What up, Yen?
What's up, slot machine?
Oh, speaking of, today
my
was
God.
Trainwreck's birthday, and we didn't call
Today's
her.
train wrecks?
Yes.
Well, let's just fix that.
Let's
Why don't we?
fix that right now.
I mean, we keep saying we're leaving and it's 10:19.
Yeah,
let's just if we're gonna go over, let's just go ahead and go over.
The only place I know you get paid by the minute.
Whatever.
Paid?
No, Mike, you established those. I'm shutting up right now. We're supposed to be
No, he
keeping this.
pays them.
We're supposed to be keeping this
Dang,
PG-13.
man.
I got people texting us saying, "Have a great weekend."
Yeah, really. Please stop
Are
transmitting.
y'all out yet? No.
Oh, wait, the phone's dialing.
And Alex,
No
that's pretty
crap.
You
cool.
dumb. We just said we was gonna call somebody.
Is she really, Alex?
Steph,
Alex
she what?
says she's 50 today.
Isn't that cool?
Oh hell yeah,
Isn't that cool?
No, she's not.
she is too. She is
50?
50,
I didn't think women made it to 50.
and she looks like a leather handbag.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? Happy birthday. I heard you turned 50 today, and because you've been going to the tanning bed so much, you look like that leather elephant purse I saw at Belk's the other day.
Oh, my God.
I am not turning 50 today, you jackhole.
I got told from a reliable source, because here just for the fun radio, we check our sources, and
We
I got
do,
a
in
very
fact.
reliable source that says you were 50
Yeah.
years old.
Do you know what that source is?
Okay. He doesn't count.
He
because
does.
He doesn't. And just for the record, he is, I think, 4 years older than me. So you can just put that in your little pipe or ball.
So
or
he's
whatever it is.
54?
I was about to say, he's 54?
Don't let Steph count. That takes forever to get those
She'll
numbers
be like
right.
he's laughing at
62?
you.
Yeah, she'll be like 2 quarters and
2 quarters and a nickel times 2.
yeah.
Plus
That's how
4
old you are.
pennies.
And truthfully, I thought you really was
$1.
50. I knew you were older than me, but I just couldn't remember how much.
No, you're older than me. Try again.
Yeah, she's only like 2
Are you
years
older than me, though?
She's like 2
I'm
years older
40.
than me.
I'm
7.
44.
I thought you were 47.
I'm 44.
7?
72.
That's a yes.
You guys are 6 years off. Jeez. That's about just for fun radio fact
I was
check.
close to
right.
this.
She's
I
9
was-
years older than me.
I was thinking 43, so I was only a year off.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
You're old. How old are you?
I don't remember.
I'm just playing.
Get
So,
Get her.
anyways,
You're
listen. We got to have Mike and Stephanie sing you happy birthday. And the last time they sang together, it was so beautiful. It was like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Oh my god.
Mike does a great Faith, and she does a great Tim McGraw.
Oh my God.
And Alex says your math is off, Jen, that he's 46.
He was born in 69. I thought he was born in 67. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's November of 69, and I'm April of 72.
Summer of
So,
60.
The best
I
thing
didn't
is,
even
I
know with
gotta
that number
tell you.
you could get pregnant.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
I gotta tell you.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
So, after following Duran Duran for
Oh,
30
God. Of
whatever
course, it's going to
years.
go to that.
Imagine that.
They are in Atlanta tonight at Phillips, and I have front row seats.
Well, there
Holy
you go.
cow.
They-
You
Happy
suck.
birthday.
Front row.
Listen, I heard they were coming out of retirement. Did you win the tickets at bingo?
Hey, do this. Can you slide them a just for fun sticker?
No.
Wouldn't that be
Your
awesome?
front row. You can do it.
On the front row, there'll be other
no.
things.
Show some boobies
Oh my god.
and
Mike.
slide the
They've
sticker.
Mike,
Or-
it's 10:30.
They've been
10:30.
seeing
Stop
the
saying
babies
that.
For 20 years.
Stephanie,
You know,
So,
Go
hey,
ahead.
stop. Can I
Let's
have
do
y'all
it.
sing the birthday song yet?
the birthday song.
I need y'all to sing birthday to her.
Is there a birthday song?
Well, both of you can sing happy birthday.
Oh,
Are
And
we ready?
throw a little Mariah and some Beyonce up in there.
now you told me.
Well,
or
that's-
her.
that's-
Both
Christina
of you.
Aguilera.
Both of you.
Oh, I
Both
can
of
do
you. I
Christina.
need y'all singing, and I need like the sexiest voices y'all can create.
All right, somebody count it off.
1, 2, 3, 4,
One,
5.
2.
Are we doing
3.
this together or?
It's a duet, fool.
All right.
a
Okay.
trio.
So-
Aren't y'all Sonny and Blair?
A duet. So that means we're doing it on Saturday, the day after tomorrow.
Hang on.
Hang on, what?
2 quarters and a.
She's trying to
Are
record.
you putting it on speaker?
Well, I mean, it's just me and Strauss here, so I
Okay.
don't want to damage his ears.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, watch it on
Okay.
YouTube then.
You ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Oh my
to
God.
you. Happy birthday, dear train wreck. Happy birthday to
That's awesome. It sounded like the retirement home quartet.
It did.
She just said it sounded like the retirement home
So,
quartet.
how do you know what the retirement home quartet sounds like?
Because she's 50. She's already been there.
50, because I'm 50, I'm half
No,
a
I was
century.
visiting the elderly in my
Visited
in my-
Alex.
You were visiting Mike.
You visited Alex.
Picking
You know
up
what
your
I
date.
see? I see doing a skit with Alex and Mike together, like the Grumpier Old Men movie. I think it would be hilarious.
I think
Like the
it'd be
video of them
funny.
two in a John boat trying to fish.
No, I think it'd be funnier if we did the two guys on the Muppets at the
Yes,
show.
yes.
I think that'd be
Yeah.
funny.
Hey, I just got
Alex-
this. Sounds like that was the Duran Duran
That's what I was
concert
about to
already.
say.
Yeah, that's where we were
No.
going. Yeah, that's where I was
Not
going.
hardly.
Alex,
Oh.
you know you're going with Jen to the Duran Duran concert.
Look, I already
Yeah,
got
he's
two of
not
the
allowed.
members here, an old guy and a girl that looks like a guy and a guy that looks like a girl. We've already got this.
Crystal,
Alex
you gonna
is
put
not
up with
allowed
that?
to go to Duran Duran with me.
Yeah.
Well,
look,
I'm
we-
just picking on him.
We got to
Jen.
end the show, chick, but we had to call and wish you happy
Yeah.
birthday. I just found out.
Anybody else smell eggs
thank
and
you.
sausage?
And you
Uh,
know who told him,
Hey.
Jen? It wasn't even your best friend Alex. It was me.
Yeah.
The girl that
Oh,
owes you
wow.
money for tacos.
Tacos.
Wrong
story.
story. It was a joke.
Wow.
Okay, listen. Stephanie doesn't know shit about my tacos. Okay.
Okay, we're out of here. We got to go.
All right.
Love
Happy
you. Bye.
birthday, Jen.
See you later.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we couldn't help that because
Oh.
that sounded really bad. Everybody, y'all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. And we got a couple of texts for people saying it was such a great show, man. We appreciate each and every one of you listeners. Make sure you share this and tell some people about us. Make sure you get some stickers to put on your cars and your businesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We love all
of
of
us
you guys.
have stickers. If you see us out, just ask us.
Yeah,
for
just
one.
ask us. We got
Um,
stickers.
Since you maintain the highest title of your
Oh my
political
God.
office, would that
Uh-oh.
make Steph the studio
Ho,
taco?
studio ho.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Excuse me?
Let's go.
Well, since you were owed a taco and money, and oh, hey, you know the exchange currency rate in Conyers is a taco.
2 tacos and a nickel?
To
Bag.
go. We got to get out of here. Everybody,
Times two.
we love you guys. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Hey, have a great weekend. Go by Gravity when they're doing their thing. We're having a birthday party for the baby tonight. I'm looking at my wife and she's got decorations in her hands now.
Aw.
Everybody, we're out of here. Take care. We love you. Make the world smile today somehow. Make them giggle. You know, just fart on them. Stephanie, just walk near them. Mike, stay the hell away from them.
Do not use the chloroform.
We will see y'all on the flip side.
See ya. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Alex is saying he doesn't have a single sticker or a shirt or a hat,
Well,
but he does have a card.
Everybody that matters has something.
I was about to say-
Later, Alex.